addiction. Hope you all are doing well. We're ready for part 2 of Stray Kids. I have Therese and Alex back again. Thank you guys for joining me again.
Hey.
Not that I don't think you have a choice now at this point. I think people want to see you guys more than me.
Oh,
but
that's not
Being held
true.
hostage.
yeah,
Everyone's curious about your reactions.
I guess so. I don't know. I like being like baby stray kids. So I know that will inevitably go away as I listen to more groups now. But we're on to part 2 of Stray Kids, which I'm stoked. I have not listened to Stray Kids all week, and I tried not to just for obviously because we're getting into, I would argue, the latter half of Stray Kids. Are we gonna be getting through like a majority of the stuff, Therese, or are we gonna be having a part 3 most likely?
I mean, there's definitely room for a part 3. They've released so much music. We'll at least hit all of their all of their title tracks after
Okay.
God's Menu, up to their recent releases. Although we won't be touching on all the collaborations. We'll just focus on the kids themselves. So.
I gotcha. All right. Well, we'll probably wind up doing part 3 at some point. We'll probably wind up doing it next Wednesday. I haven't decided yet on it, but yeah, if you want to see part 3, let us know in the comments or in the chat. So, the first one, what is this one, Therese? What are we starting off with? Because we did God's Menu last.
Yeah, as a general disclaimer, I did see a lot of the comments. I was really glad that Stay were welcoming and kind to us. Of course, we didn't have much bad to say because it was all really good stuff. I know getting into their more recent releases, there might be a little more controversy, controversy, but like opinions.
Okay.
And that's
enough.
okay. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and opinions can always change. But thank you, Stay, for being so welcoming and kind in the comments. And yeah, so we left off with God's Menu, which, I don't know, would you say it's the best K-pop song you've ever heard?
I would say it's up there for sure.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, I was very surprised at like my overall enjoyment of Stray Kids from the very beginning till now, and I'll double down on my point on that. I just loved how well-rounded they have become only in like a very short amount of time. Like I think that they're a group that found their sound pretty quickly and wind up just kind of like evolving and moving on to the next step, but still like keeping that tried and true like Stray sound. So I'm vibing right now. So anything extra is gonna be super super good.
I think you'll find a lot of the newer tracks in your wheelhouse as well, for sure.
All right, let's go.
So after God's Menu, we went under lockdown, and they performed on a competition show called Kingdom, which was basically showcasing like all of the major boy groups of the time, other than like the third generation boy groups. I think it focused mostly on late third, early fourth generation. So,
okay.
Yeah, this was one of their performances. A lot of the performances from Kingdom were just remixes of their older songs.
Okay.
This one remixed God's Menu with Blackpink's Do 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 Do. And it's a really good performance. It also really hints as to where they want to go in their concept. So I think you'll enjoy it for sure.
Shout outs to all the people in the chat right now. Orchid, hello, how's it going? Joey, thank you for joining us for part 1. Excited for you to let us know your thoughts on part 2 here. And Word Doll, hello, nice to meet you guys. But yeah, I think we should start it off. I think we're ready to kick it off with a bang, I'd argue. So let's do it.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I think it's ready.
신메뉴 고음질의 스키즈가 맛있는 음악을 시작합니다.
Fit goes hard too, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Felix is so charming. A finale or something?
No.
Like I've watched.
Well, it might have been.
Okay, I watched some Queendom stages, and I've never seen like any group go that
hard.
Oh,
like full out with the whole like
you need
skit.
to watch the you need to watch the AT stage too, because they literally there were fan wars going on because some of the groups had a higher budget than others, and they were under AT's. I think was under fire because they brought an entire pirate ship and a giant squid. So these were like some very next level performances, but of course they're done by larger companies that can afford that kind of performance. So the smaller companies were more stripped back, but they were still very good performers all around. So yeah, the Stray Kids did win Kingdom. Congrats to them. And I think that set up like the tone that they want to take with a lot of their music, with all the Deadpool references. I mean, he started on top of a giant rice cooker. It's just a lot of cheese, a lot of heavy cheese. And I can't remember if it was before this or after this when they developed a relationship with Ryan Reynolds, and they started like joining on the Ryan Reynolds Hugh Jackman beef or something. It was a really fun time, and this was about the time I dropped off of interacting with a lot of the fandom, just because like there were a lot of new fans, and it's a little harder to like, once you have your fan friends, you kind of stick with them, and it's a little harder to make new friends when everyone's kind of babies. But I still kept up with all of their releases. So after Kingdom, after God's Menu, they did release a repackage that was the Go Live album was God's Menu's album, and then the repackage was In Life, and that included the next song, I believe. But yeah, so Alex, you hadn't seen that performance before?
I think I've seen clips of it somewhere. I definitely have seen like bits of them doing like the Deadpool bits. But I don't think I've ever watched the full thing like front to back.
Nice.
It was fun. It was cool. It makes me want to go back. Makes me want to go back and watch more of the Kingdom stages, just because I watched some Queendom stages, and if this is like a sample of like how the Kingdom stages were, like how crazy they got, then they definitely are a lot better than the Queendom ones.
They were a different format because they didn't have a live audience, so I think they went overly hype because they couldn't feed off of the energy of audiences. They had to make up for it in props and camera work. But they were all really good stages. I loved ATEEZ's stage. I also loved SF9's stages, and On and Off was in there too. So, or maybe that was Road King. I might be mixing things up.
did three Racha produce that remix as well?
I think so.
Clean.
They must have. There was a lot of behind the scenes of all of the groups working on their production. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I enjoyed it for not knowing anything about Kingdom or Queendom, which I'll probably have to go check out now, or not now, but later on. But I thought it was very cool how they like incorporated like, again, the like Deadpool and like comic book like things. Like I could see in the back there was like some like comic book panels that they had made into like the Stray Kids like members, and then as well as that just like kind of like their ode to like comics. As people know here on the channel, I'm a huge nerd, so I picked up on that stuff pretty quickly. But the actual performance, I think like thus far we've been watching a lot of like the music videos and stuff, so I feel like it's like okay, like there is like storyline to it, maybe it is a little bit performative, but I think with like a full stage like this where I get to actually see them like dance and do all that sort of stuff, like the choreo, it gives me a lot more of an appreciation for what they do, because I think there's a lot more like layers that you don't get when you watch the MV and you're like, oh yeah, this is cool, I like this song hits. But like when you see it live and like you're watching something like this, you're like, oh man, that seems like so much fun. They seem like they're having like a good time. So I definitely appreciate the stages, because I think it gives me a little bit more of a at least like what I would imagine seeing if I saw Stray Kids live, to obviously to a T, because it's not like 100%, but I think it gives me a good perspective on like I feel like their stage presence as like a group, maybe not like with the whole like theatrics and stuff, even though I probably assume there is a little bit, you know.
There's a lot. We'll get into it. But we have a couple of corrections. They developed a relationship with Ryan Reynolds because of this performance. So it was after that. And Kingdom included The Boys, iKON, B2B, SF9, ATEEZ, and Stray Kids. So I was thinking of Road to Kingdom. And Three Racha remixed almost every stage for this stint of performances. So
Kudos.
Yeah, highly recommend you guys check them out. There's some really good stuff out there.
Orchid also said that the finale was Wolfgang. That was also great.
The finale for Kingdom was everyone has to make a new song that they will then promote as a part of their next album. Okay. And theirs was Wolfgang. And that's about the time I started seeing a lot of memes of K-pop stans barking at concerts. And it never went away. So here we are.
Here we are. Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Well, I think we should move into the next one. This is Backdoor. So we're back to the MVs again. So, all right. Let's.
This one has pretty good performance in it, though. I think.
All right. Let's rock. That was cool. All right.
Hey, you wanna come in? 다치워 이제 들어가. 저번 거니까 심. 이제 몸 편으로 보내. 감당 안 돼 빠지지. 애가 어디였자 참 뻐근한 거 다 풀고 마음대로 즐겨 누구라도 불 끄고 눈 밝혀라 밤새 억눌렀던 흥을 끌어모아 반세 손잡이를 돌려내가 원하던 걸 다 볼래 이 문 앞에서 들리는 음악 소리 내 목소리가 터지도록 외쳐 멈칫할 시간 따윈 없어
Ooh.
가치가 끝인가 보 머리 쓸 시간 말이 두고 고생해서 주인 잘못 만난 몸 호강시켜줄게 따라와라 와라 백보ard 새콤 아니니까 괜찮네 지금 들려오는 이 소리는 빵빠레 밤새 놀아보자 필요한 건 more caffeine 올라면 오던가 문을 열려라 참깨 살아 보여 모든 게 완벽해지는 이 순간 두 눈앞에서 펼쳐지는 fantasy 내 목소리가 터지도록 외쳐 멈칫할 시간 따윈 없어
That's cool.
Hey, come and shine down. Hey, 광개처럼 출입 금지 여기 backdoor. 광개처럼 출입 금지 여기 backdoor. 광개처럼 출입 금지 여기 backdoor. 관계자가 되고 싶다면 Find out. Yeah, 시간이 지나갈수록 더 알아해지는 이 순간. Yeah, we gon' do it right now, baby. 이제부터 정신 차려. 이 세계를 눈에 담아. 심장 울려 rum pum pum pum.
Make it say wow 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 yeah. 다들 불러 wow 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 ay. 노래 불러 now 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 hey.
3, 2, 1. 관계자와 출입 금지 여기 backdoor. 관계자와 출입 금지 여기 backdoor. 관계자와 출입 금지 여기 backdoor. 관계자가 되고 싶다면. 좀 때리고 미쳐 날려 오늘도 we do our thing 좀 때리고 미쳐 날려 오늘 밤 시작해 좀 때리고 미쳐 날려 오늘도 we do our thing 좀 때리고 미쳐 날려
This is cool. I like this.
Yeah, this is fun.
Hey, you wanna come in?
All right.
So good.
That was Backdoor by Stray Kids. If you're just tuning in, I enjoyed this one. It was a little bit more. I feel like this song was like a little bit more subtle with like its beat. Like the song didn't. I feel like each member kind of had like a little subtleness to it that I appreciate, because I think a lot of what I expect from Stray Kids is just like that like high energy, like just like a ton of just like insane like musicality, and I feel like this one is still good, but I think it's like a slow burn where like I don't know where it would I don't know what the reception was on it when it first released, but I like the kind of like more bass focused like riffing going on. I thought that was really tight. And then like the sub, I feel like this song has a lot more focus on like sub bass and like kind of like more like tonality, where maybe with like prior Stray Kids stuff that I've listened to, you know, I think it's kind of a little bit different. So this is definitely interesting, but I appreciate it. It was a solid song.
Yeah. It's definitely, I sort of agree with Brandon. Like this song definitely, for Stray Kids, it feels like more minimalist, right? But it's not a minimalist song. It definitely like it has like more into the production than you would I don't know consider for like the girl, like a lot of the girl groups that are doing like minimalism songs right now, like they're really like dry, like bare bones songs. It's not minimalist in that aspect, but compare it to like God's Menu or compare it to like any of the previous title tracks we're listening to. It's very like simple for them, but it works really efficiently. It's not like it's simple and lacking energy. It's like simple and like upbeat and fun. The performance video I have seen before, as Therese pointed out, it's really good. I mean, the performance in this song, I think, lends like a huge hand to like elevating it. Just because it's so fun, especially like you see part of it in that end segment with them like doing kind of like the pass through,
like the pairs,
like the door choreography.
Yeah.
Towards like the last chorus, which is super fun. But I feel like in the music video, of course, like always, you don't really get to see the entire performance, the entire dance. All right, Brandon, do you want to say something?
No, I'm just reading the comment that
God.
shout out to Jared sent me. Oh my god.
Oh.
Thanks, Jared. Thanks for showing up and leaving.
What else is to say? Oh, the only other thing that I wanted to point out before I get too sidetracked is that I've known this for some time, but Hyunjin is such a good performer. It's crazy.
I would agree.
He's got that stage presence.
Yeah,
that just
so
innate
crazy
presence that he's there and he's ready to be like take up your entire visual.
Yeah, and I was like struggling through the first like maybe half of the video. I was like, am I watching Hyunjin in every scene because he's got like pink hair?
The pink hair.
And it like stands out really
because
well?
Bangchan's over there with the like cherry top.
I know. And then I'm like, no, Bangchan's got like a red mohawk, so it's not the hair. He's just like that gravitating. So I'm kind of this is like a Hyunjin appreciation video for me now.
You're still switching biases.
That's all right.
Yes, to the comments, this is the first boy group that Brendan's been introduced to, as far as I know. I don't know.
Yeah, no, this is correct. Yeah, I have. This is the first male group that we've listened to. We've been trying to get more. I did see some comments about doing ATs at some point, so I'm sure we'll get to them. But the only other one I guess partially is like Card, but they're they have male and female, so
yeah.
Jared also asked if you have any K-pop inspired tattoos, Alex.
You would think the answer would be an overwhelming yes, but it's no.
It is a no.
Not yet, at least.
Verdict isn't out yet. Could still happen.
So yeah, I love Backdoor. I remember from my perspective, people were criticizing it because it's not God's Menu. But it was like no one thought it was a bad song. They were just man, this isn't God's Menu. Or, it's a lot more minimal, like you guys said, in the instrumentals, I guess, and a lot more vocal focused, which I think really highlighted the members. The stages were really good. I love the stages. I like that this music video in particular was more performance-based than their last ones.
Yeah.
I think they learned where their strengths lie. So,
yeah.
We've talked about that a good bit before too, I think, in previous videos, and I think maybe even in the last Stray Kids video, that a lot of groups, when they release a song that kind of like goes viral and takes over the K-pop sphere, per se, like God's Menu did for sure, or like Blackpink did with Doo 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 Doo. Just another example. There's always gonna be, not always, but a lot of times there's gonna be struggles with like, can the next song reach that hype?
Yeah.
Can they hit that hype again? And when you have a song like God's Menu, which did so well, I feel like it's very natural. It would be weird to have a, be able to constantly top all those like huge songs. What, like, and I wouldn't say like it's obviously the song isn't bad. Like we don't have any complaints about it, but I can see why people would hear God's Menu and then hear this and be like, oh, okay, this was
this is
maybe one notch below in like hype level, or one notch below in like that wow factor that you got from that first time you hear the God's Menu drop.
Sure, yeah. I can agree with that 100%. And I also think, like, as well, to, I guess, tack onto that was, I appreciate, like, even Therese adding in more of the performance stuff, and then also, like, doing these where we watch the MVs, because I think it gives me a little bit more of a appreciation for, like, the groups as a whole, where I think in, like, prior versions of this, we've mostly done, like, MVs or, like, B-sides and stuff, and, like, going back and watching some of like the performance sessions that groups have done, I think it gives me a lot more perspective on the fact that like they are doing the song and also like dancing at the same time, which is like incredibly difficult. And again, for watching the only K-pop show I've been to was Tribe, and watching them like listening to their music and being like, these songs are great, and then going to see them and then also seeing them perform it super well, and then also adding choreo into the mix just gave me like, I was like, this gives me life, and also it just single-handedly, it was like, man, I am like a little bit less talented than that because I can't do that stuff. So then maybe I'll have to learn how to do some cool like dance moves and start doing that stuff. I don't know.
I mean, they also have a little bit of sacrifice to the song when they're performing because, you can't jump around all the time and sing every single word. So maybe they'll leave out some of the ad-libs that are in the recorded version. And I really appreciate those a lot of times, especially when you're listening to them over and over on Spotify.
Sure.
But no, there is like, so when I'm listening to a new song, I do prefer to hear the audio version before I go into the performances. But the performances are so good and so fascinating, of like choices they make in that moment to emphasize certain parts of the song that they don't in the recorded. Yeah.
There we go. Well, we had a couple comments while we were watching the music video, and it's Yute says hello. They also said this beat drop had everyone going crazy back then. I guess I would ask Therese, is that correct? Is that a cap?
I mean,
not cap?
It had me going crazy for sure.
Okay.
I like this just as much as God's Menu at the time. I was like, yeah, this is solid follow-up.
Okay. And then
it wasn't that long after, so I was.
Oh, so the wait
still
wasn't
pretty hype.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. And then JB says, Nizui. I'm trying to pronounce it.
Oh, Nitsuyu.
Nitsuyu. Was the girls behind Felix in the hoodies. So that's very cool.
Yeah, they were
in they were in God's Menu as well. They were the girls that were dancing along God's Menu.
Oh, yes. Okay, when they were on like the like drag strip.
The racetrack, yeah.
The racetrack, yeah. Okay. And then Jared asked if this was a faceless shirt. No, it's not. It's toothless. So, sorry. But anyway, we'll move on to the next one, which is looks like we have Cheese.
So this was actually this was a teaser that was, well, we're about to watch the full song video, but they released a teaser of this song before the next album that came out, so it'll give you an idea. It's also, to premise, it's kind of their diss track, so I would recommend turning on subtitles. Their diss track to the haters.
There we go. Well, let's rock with Cheese here.
Yeah. The face you're making.
Interesting. All right.
Funny 날 보고서 다면 더 빵빵 터지게 해줄게 다 봐도 원투비 광대 다 같이 붕붕 날아볼래 웃음기에 도넛집 파마산 치즈 눈에 안 먹히면 분위기 freeze 개그 코드가 모자라 cheese I love what you hate 네가 뭐라는 채 믿거든 다 thank you I love it 한 소리 대판 벌린다 검지 중지 약지 새끼 what 검지 중지 약지 새끼 접어 what 씹고 뜯고만 부대찌기 거면서 what's the matter 정색 말고 인상 좀 피자 like 반죽 웃겨 머리가 아픈 게 웃겨 에이 그 감성이 웃겨 비둘기 가치가 웃겨 까마귀 소리가 웃겨 에이 그 감성이 웃겨
That was cool. Alright.
혓바닥 샷건 장전 click click bang 그래 생각해 네 맘대로 이러쿵 저러쿵 I don't know Do what you do I don't want you 내가 내려가는 건 그냥 네게 꿈 검지 중지 약지 새끼 what 검지 중지 약지 새끼 접어 what 씹고 뜯고 맛보다 튀길 거면서 What's the matter 정색 말고 인상 좀 피자 like 반죽 자 하나 둘 셋
I like that. All right.
I love this part.
He's got the best lines.
I know. Great stuff.
That was great. That was awesome. Oh,
Okay,
man.
so to reference some of the comments we got, because this is a good song, like
It's a bop,
fan
yeah.
favorite for sure.
People are popping off.
Yeah, they were referencing their older songs in it, like what's so funny about do do do, like the God's Menu.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
so funny about a caw crowing was from Awkward Silence.
Oh.
Or what's so funny about my head hurting was Side Effects.
Yeah.
So they're really setting up their next album, which was called No Easy. I don't know if you can see it on my poster, but the letters are kind of written out to spell noisy because a lot of people were talking about how their music is just noise music and not real music.
Disagree.
Yeah. Well, and noise music found its own niche too, as like a genre rather than a criticism. So yeah, this was definitely a song written towards those haters and how like they need to stop taking stuff so seriously. Like in the end, it's just a song and they're just like trying to put a smile on your face. So yeah.
Stray Kids seem like really unhateable. Like I don't know like a better way to put it. Like I feel like they don't really make, at least for the title tracks, it hasn't been noise music. It's been like high level production. It hasn't like there are groups that make noise music. I don't think Stray Kids makes noise music.
Well, though a lot of the groups that make noise music now, it's different. Like a lot of them have taken inspiration from the Stray Kids' success unsuccessfully, in my opinion. And that's what created the noise. But yeah, I mean, we can all agree, especially like the fans that are in here now, like the music they're making is not just noise. Like they put a lot of thought into all of their instrumentation and all of their how the lyrics are gonna work with that.
I'm just surprised, like they obviously I got the references they were making to their old songs. I'm just surprised, like especially with some of the songs over others, that they like faced a lot of hate for them.
I would agree.
I feel like a lot of their previous songs we checked out are pretty like cut and dry good songs.
You're gonna get hate from anyone for anything, like especially if you get more into the public eye.
Right.
It just comes along with more fans. You get more haters too, but that's a sign of success. So
haters make you famous.
Unfortunately,
so that's truly facts. I really enjoyed this song. I think Therese pointed out I made like a very like jarring face at the beginning of this video, and I think it was mostly because I wasn't expecting the like the raw instrumentation. Like there was some like really cool like guitar work in this song that I appreciate a lot. I play guitar in my free time, so like it's something that I naturally kind of associate with, and so for me it was like that was really cool, and like it like kind of made me more attached to this song, because I'm like, not that I feel like the other songs don't hit, because they absolutely do, but this one I was like, no, I like this. They like had like some like sort of rawness with like the more like distorted guitar work, like even like some of the guitar parts had like a kill switch, which is basically like when you like there's like a button on your guitar and you hit it, essentially it will cut out the signal. So I thought that was really sick that they incorporated that into this song, which I thought was a very like interesting like production aspect of the song. But I also really appreciate kind of like the more like angstiness of this song. I felt like you could definitely tell that they were like pissed off, and they were like, we're gonna tell you why we're pissed off, and here's like the literal list. And but I also feel like it's cool for people who are a part of Stray, and they're like, wow, they're referencing songs that they've previously released, and like I love when artists kind of do those callbacks. I thought that was really interesting as well, and you couldn't help but just laugh every time they said cheese. Now every time somebody says cheese in a photo, I'm just gonna be thinking about this song in my head. that whole part is gonna be like ringing cheese through my head. Cheese,
Parmesan, cheese.
It's so good. 5-star Michelin. You know, he should have followed it up with that. That would have been the icing on the cake. But no, it was a great song. I love the like again the angsty energy of this one. I thought that was really kind of what sold me on this one. And then like once I got over that initial like what the fuck's going on right now, I like was like, no, I get it now. I get it. I like it a lot. So this one's probably amongst my favorite right now, I'd argue. If that wasn't clearly evident.
I would definitely recommend checking out the whole album. We're not going to get to all of the good songs on this album.
Cannot, yeah, unfortunately,
yeah. I think this is the one. Oh no, I guess it was in the last album, but yeah, Cheese is the first track on this album. Okay. But there's a lot of really good ones, and they actually get into more unit songs as well. So it's good stuff.
There we go. Guys, recommend me stuff in the chat or in the comments what I should check off of. No, it's no easy, right? Therese?
Yep.
All right, cool. Yeah, let me know because I'll check them out. Got a couple comments here. Actually, decent amount of comments.
Couple paragraphs. I like it.
Couple paragraphs. Yeah, I love it. Love to see it. Word Doll said, didn't they have Zero Music Show wins with God's Menu Comeback? That was from before we did.
Oh, did they?
Cheese. I guess.
Wow.
They won some with Backdoor. And then Udhez says best Stray Kids album. That's some high praise. Okay.
Oh my God, they're right. I never knew that. They never got a music show win for God's Menu. That's surprising.
That's crazy.
That is actually wild.
For those of you
Big
who don't
L.
know, every week, if you go on a music show, you're promoting a new song, and I think the audience and like sales and everything are tallied to see who wins for that week. I wonder what else was released that week. Continue, sorry.
No, I'm just going through the comments. So if you find out what it is, Therese, feel free to blurt it out. Kalinda says, "Oh my God, love cheese." Everybody's saying cheese is the best. No Easy is one of the best, one of their favorite albums. Orchid said that. Everybody's saying love cheese. This is yeah. Cheese is in. Joey also said cheese is in reference to a lot of older music that used to get a lot of criticism. God's Menu, Side Effects, to name a few. So yeah, we got some good comments. Basically, a lot of them are kind of follow-up comments from basically what we either talked about or something like that. Utez says Skiz made noise music as a compliment after No Easy. People were like trying to call music noisy but what the artists claim to call the title themselves. I think that's what it says. Now noise music isn't a diss anymore. Everyone's kind of proud to drop the noise music. So I don't know if that made it. If I made no sense, that's probably on me here. What I love about them is just the substance of each songs. They aren't just making songs about fruit or whatnot. I mean, they did talk about cheese a lot in this song, so I appreciate that. Cheese stand here. And the fact that they are writing their own lyrics. Can you confirm that, Therese, or no? Or you're not sure?
Oh, they are writing their own lyrics,
okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Very cool.
Yep, they write all of their own lyrics and produce the songs as well.
It looks like Utez says, they were promoting with Blackpink, How You Like That, so, and then a crying face.
Oh, okay. Because, I also see Twice More and More.
Oh.
That's
a hard week.
Stacked month.
Woo!
Stacked. Okay, well, damn.
That makes sense now, putting it in the context, so appreciate it, guys. Well, the next one we have here is Thunderous, which somebody also mentioned, so...
Yeah, so excited. That is the title track of No Easy.
Oh, okay. Let's go. We'll jump into it then. I like this art. Super sick.
It's good.
허리케인이 뒤집어진 우산 잔소리꾼의 최후라 우리 좀 풀아 나무꾼은 어서 돌아가시오 여긴 나무랄 데가 없네 납작해질 리 없는 콧대와 핏대와 함께 세운 집들 훨씬 더 웅장하게 되는 경적 소리 악당무리의 뜨거운 비가 돌아온 몸에 번져 소문날 군들의 모임에 쏟아지는 눈빛은 freezing cold dirty. Man, I'm not sorry. I'm dirty. Keep on talking, we don't play by the rules. 그래 다 들었어, 소리. 이거저거 귀찮아서 도리도리 말이 너무 많아 자꾸 나서지 좀 마라 Why you mad, why you sad, why you tick 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 I don't ban you 얼레리 걸레리 멋있는 척들이 양심 방 조차도 따라오지 못해 여기는 팬들 들어봐 질투가 전부 한쪽으로 치워놓고 버려 기득함 악당무리의 뜨거운 비가 돌아온 몸에 번져 소문날 군들의 모임에 쏟아지는 눈빛
I like this build up. All right.
군들이 오늘 소리꾼들이 왔어요 원래 삐딱해 소리는 일단 백 맘에 들리면 들 때까지 말 대답해 Final warning 당장 back up press up set up crack up 하나는 내 뱉지 퇴 소리꾼
Love that part.
That was so clean. Music video went off though. I gotta say that.
Yeah.
They popped off with that. Guys, if you're just tuning in, this was Thunderous by Stray Kids. Well, we'll start off with Alex. Alex, what's your thoughts on this track?
Oh boy, starting off with me.
What did you not want? You could go to Therese first.
No, I can start.
Okay.
I like the song,
Okay.
but it's like, for me, it's like, I don't know. There's a lot of moving parts in the song, and there's some parts that I really like a lot. For some reason, I don't love the chorus, and I don't know what it is about it. It's just sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't.
Fair enough.
For me, it's like it's just not my favorite of theirs, and they have a pretty like flawless record with choruses for the most part, so it's not like it's bad. It's just like not up there with some of my favorites. But there's some really good verses that I like, which I won't remember members' names to assign them properly. But there was like one rap verse towards the end, like right before the last chorus, that I really liked. One thing I noticed is Felix's hair.
Yeah, he had some super long hair.
Is crazy. And like every
He was
like,
all over
there's
TikTok
one-
with that hair, I remember.
he's got like the mullet in one of the scenes, like the blonde mullet, and then the other one he's got like the slicked back like Bowser hair. Like this man's hair is crazy. It looks really good though. No, I mean I've seen this. I remember this one coming out and being a little lukewarm on it, but it definitely grew on me. Or I could say like I definitely like the song. And I did watch like the performance video of it, and I think some promotional stages and stuff for it. And I also think this is gonna sound like a broken record, but watching the performances for Stray Kids is always gonna make the songs better.
Sure,
me,
yeah.
I think.
Fair enough.
So yeah, that's kind of all I have to say.
I'll go next because
Ooh,
I
okay,
might be a
Therese.
little more critical on this song than you will be, Brandon.
Okay.
This was definitely not my favorite track by theirs. When I first heard it, I was like, yeah, all right. And I think in the chorus, what stood out to me was particularly like they do a really good pre-chorus into the drop, and then they say like "Ha marine Betty," and the way they say it is kind of draining. It's the same thing that I've pointed out within some of the girl group raps that we've covered, where I'm like, it's like draining the energy by going down like that. And this is the chorus. I didn't want that. I wanted
high.
what happens after that. The twat, sorry. Yeah, that was really, really cool. But leading up to that, I'm like, oh man, I don't really like this part. But it's such a small part. It's such a small part that after, listening to it so often, it's a slow burn. It gets into my head. I'm
Sure. Yeah.
sitting in my office, like, so yeah, I definitely like it a lot more now. And I think it's also one of those songs that hits more in live. So yeah.
All right. Well, I guess my thoughts on the track, I think I enjoyed most of it. I probably would agree with Alex's sentiment, where I think the song is definitely a solid song. I don't think they really, particularly at the current moment, I don't think that they've had a song that I haven't liked. I think there's definitely a lot of elements that keep them interesting or keep them fun that like I appreciate. I guess continuing on with the trend of using like more instrumentation and less like I guess like digitalized versions of it, I would say like there's definitely more of a like naturalness to how they're like producing this song, which I appreciate because coming from like a band background of music, like I always like when like the K-pop groups that we've talked about have more of that kind of like in between worlds kind of a thing where like I can kind of pick up on some stuff where I'm like musically I'm like this is really cool, and it's not like really interesting synth parts or like really interesting electronic
using like
parts.
Classic music.
They're using
or
like,
classic instruments.
They're using like guitars or like a lot of like actual like drums, and I think that kind of adds to like the overall like energy of this track specifically. And I appreciate the fact that I would imagine they're using like some more like traditional like Korean instruments to kind of do like more of the like larger like drum parts and stuff, which I appreciate. So I think in that aspect I really enjoy it, but I think song wise it was really cool too. The pre-chorus build-ups were really tight. I like they switched it up just a little bit from that first one to the second pre-chorus. I thought that was really cool. But yeah, I think this is a very inoffensive song. I kind of enjoyed it throughout, but I'd imagine I would probably like this more if I saw it more in a live setting versus like the MV. The MV is very cool. Don't get me wrong. Like that, whoever their production
really
team
cool art stuff.
Whoever's doing their production work on this deserves an award because he's awesome. But but I think like the actual like live stage and seeing them just go like absolutely bonkos on this song, I feel like would be, to me, I think it would sell me a little bit more on it. Not that I need any more selling. I think it would just put me over the top and be like, this is a great one, you know?
Yeah.
So.
To address some of the comments, I see a lot of love for the unit songs. I'm sorry, I don't have any unit songs on this playlist.
No.
I really wanted to add Muddy Waters specifically because it incorporates all of our biases that I know of. So I did look for a performance of it, and I couldn't really find anything that we could use. So I would definitely recommend you guys to check that one out when we finish up with all this. But no unit songs today. I'm sorry. I wanted to cover all of their title tracks and then all of the more wave making tracks along with those albums. So
that's fair. Maybe we'll throw it in for part 3. We haven't decided yet, so maybe that might be part 3.
Yeah, the next song that's coming up is a B-side. I think there's a video for it, but it's not the full song, and I wanted you guys to hear the full song. More you, Brandon, because I'm pretty sure you've heard it, Alex. But it's a really good one.
All right. Well, I guess we'll move on to the next one here then. It's Domino, is that correct?
Yeah.
All right.
가리는 거 없어 싹 다 토핑해서 씹어 먹어 땡땡땡 피자 프랜차이즈 본점처럼 나를 본다네 그래 다들 예의주시해 시선 고정해 아닌 척 다 곁눈 질러 yeah I know 숨길래도
Ooh, I like that.
백세들의 전쟁 속에서 왕새는 귀찮네 Set it on my ambitions 하나 둘씩 완성돼 I made it Now it's time for ignition 나부터 시작돼 뒤따라 움직여 도미노 효과
Oh.
What? Ooh, contain yourself.
All right.
오케이 끝까지 넣어줘 내 별명은 불도저 다들 넘어져도 보복저 새로 날 따라 follow 유머한 방에 주변 다 배꼽 잡아 넘어가 제 개그 부장님은 끼끼빠빠 빠져라 하나를 알면 열을 알던 날 고개 한번 까딱하면 100만 20곡에 넘어가 Setting on my ambitions 하나 둘씩 완성돼 I made it Now it's time for ignition. 날부터 시작돼 뒤따라 움직여 도미노 효과. Oh oh oh. 폭풍을 지펴. Oh oh no. 모두 몰려와 now now. 줄 세워 여기다. 누구도 예외는 없어. 한번 빽빽하면 도미노. 도미노 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 도미노. 한번 빽빽하면 도미노. 도미노 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 도미노. 짠짠짠짠.
Got a little sax. All right. Ooh, little breakbeat section. All right.
Yes.
Oh, that was fire. Fire.
You liked it?
Fire.
That,
so good.
Now that is noise music. as a compliment. Like,
yes.
Noise music in a good way.
Yeah.
Noise music in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm glad you clarified that, Alex, and we wouldn't need to get taken out of context.
Well, somebody made the comment that they take noise music as a compliment, so I thought it was implied, but just to clarify, I mean,
it's in chat.
Well,
it's in chat.
Technically, we're still in 2020 with this album, so that might not have been a compliment.
It's a
okay,
compliment
yeah,
now.
I'm so sorry we didn't have the performance video. I thought, think of this as the musical deep dive of Stray Kids. We're just going to focus on the music for this particular stream. And then eventually, when we get to a part 3, we could get into a lot of the performances and the good stuff like that.
To be fair, we did talk about in like future videos that we would do like just
2021,
a bunch of performance videos. Like we would just do a fun live stream where we just go through a bunch of performance stuff. So I think that was still on the table. We will see how it works out, but yeah, we will definitely be doing some more performance stuff because I know like the two worlds are crossed over. You know, obviously performance is very important to K-pop as well as the musicality. So I'm sure we'll do that at some point. It's a lot of shit to cover, you know.
Yeah.
This song,
but Domino,
woo, vibes.
Yeah, very, very, very good song. Definitely one of my favorites by them. Yeah, it's one of those songs that everyone was waiting for at the concert. You know, they're like, "Oh, when are they going to do Domino? When are they going to do?"
This is a fan so this is a pretty highly up there in fan favorites, then, right?
Oh yeah.
Is there another song that in their catalog, like in terms of like B-sides, that is pretty up there, Therese? Like, is this like pretty up there?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I'm curious. If any of the stay know in the chat, let me know as well too.
Yeah, chat can drop their faves. There was someone in the chat during part 1 that recommended Easy, which was on their God's Menu album. I really like that one too.
I love that song.
Yeah, I wanted to add it.
I don't know it's one of Stray Kids songs, but I love that song.
I wanted to add it, but we went through a lot of that album in part 1, and I wanted to cut it down so that we could talk a little bit more this episode. So
yeah, we can get around to it eventually. We obviously, like, if you guys want to see more, it seems that people are enjoying the Stray Kids dive, so we'll do more.
We're playing.
It's
playing on it.
They also released an English version of the song, which I enjoyed quite a bit. I was also in my era of watching dubbed instead of subbed for once because I just didn't have time to read all the subtitles. So this was I started exploring a lot of English version remakes, and this one was not bad as an English version. I think it matched up really well because of course 3RACHA, and they're really good with language in general and hitting all of those hard beats with English as well. But yeah.
This song. Oh man, I could probably spend an hour talking about how some of the like really like again intricate stuff going on in it, like just the layering in and of itself.
Every single sound is used so well. Like there is no unnecessary sounds in there.
It's like a very controlled chaos song. Where it's like it's definitely like kind of your run of the mill like trap heavy rap song. You know what I mean? It's got but there's a lot of really cool elements they bring into it, like obviously like the just the general beat that goes through the whole song is cool, but there's a lot of really cool sub bass elements, and there's that really really cool like break beat, like sort of like
that break beat was so sick.
Break part towards like I guess what would be considered like a bridge or like close to the end. That's just fun. I mean, it's hard to really comment on, like, obviously we didn't watch the video this time around, and we don't have subtitles for this or English translations, so hard to really comment on like the lyrics or what the song was about from my perspective, not understanding Korean. But from a song production value, I thought it was super fun. It's definitely like an in your face kind of song. I can see it being highly requested and kind of like going off in live shows, you know?
Yeah, I can tell you the overall premise is this is one of the like achievement songs where it's like I'm at the top, I'm gonna knock him down like dominoes, like stuff like that. Okay. Very energetic. What's the word I'm thinking of? Yeah.
like a boastful song.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
We got a lot of great B-side
choices. Yeah.
Yeah, Charmer, Be Me, Hall of Fame. I will also throw in Tortoise and Hare. Was on one of the earlier ones. Okay. Such good stuff. Yeah, I actually do have Super Bowl in here. We will get to that.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah. And then, so definitely good album from them. This will be the only other song we cover from No Easy this time. But the next release they did, Alex knows.
I just had to take a look. I just had to take a look for everyone. 1 second, and I was like, "Oh, did I see what I saw? Oh yeah."
Yep.
Everyone watching the video, everyone in the live chat, hello. I don't like this next song coming up. I've heard it before. This is your preface. I did not like this song at all. But I'm gonna give it another chance now.
Yeah,
maybe I will
give it another chance.
Maybe
put it
I
in
will
the context. Yeah, put it in the context of Cheese. Put it in the context of the God's Menu remix from Kingdom. Like it's in that genre of like the most ridiculous shit that at this point they're just flexing that they cannot make a bad song. At this point, it's just like, let's write something like this, and you'll see what we mean.
Kalinda said, "Get into the Christmas spirit, Alex."
Get into the Christmas spirit.
Okay, to be fair, I hate Christmas music.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Might have something to do with it. It might not. I don't know. I'll give it another.
But if you're gonna like any Christmas song,
it's a bah humbug moment here. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, we're gonna get into Christmas. Is it Christmas Evil? Is that what it's called?
Christmas Evil. Yep.
Wow. All right, let's go. Yeehaw. We're only a few months early.
That's true. Not too far. So they are the substitute Santas in this scenario.
That'd be kind of a flex, honestly.
It's Christmas Eve.
밤새 내린 눈은 잠깐만 예뻐. 낭만은 갯불 눈치 없는 차들 때문에 금방 새까매진 것봐 걷기도 빡센 음악보단 갯벌 무릎까지 다 젖은 바지 좀 걷다가 낮아 빠짐 특별한 날 특별하게 변질됐지 별일 없지 뒹굴뒹굴뒹굴 다른 덩이만 부었지 어제 만든 사람은 멀쩡할란다 앞다가 불어 칼바람에 뼈 칭칭칭 떨리는 목소리 컬러풀은 무슨 불안해 안 보여 랩하다 콜록콜록콜록 기침 Coming for you Run run 뼈까지 시리게 하는 holiday Silence 특별한 날 나인데 근데 그렇게 귀찮았는지 Christmas Eve Merry Christmas Jingle 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 all the way You got me spinning 빙글 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 돌겠네 빙판 with Christmas 슬슬 우렁탕탕 I will be no presents closing up Xmas 추위만 거세져 장작 대신에 gat한다 미끄럼 게 더 괜찮은 더 막 땡기다 겨울아 휘김이 나오고 빨개진 코 겹겹이 껴입은 옷만 덮고 뭐가 부끄러워 에이 귀따가 뽀록 빨개졌네 옷이 아쉬운 모습 눈에 김겼다 나는 퀄리티 고페트 피가 폭설마저 패딩을 짜내면 놀이트 추우면 춥다고 붙는 쟤네 때문에 눈꼴도 연락은 난 통 안 오고 대뜸 이벤트 문자만 눈에 담겨 Breakfast coming for you Run run 끝까지 시리게 하는 holiday Silence 특별한 거 하나 없는데 왜 그렇게 기다렸는지 Christmas Eve Merry Christmas Jingle 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 all the way You got me spinning bingle 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 돌겠네
Brandon is dying.
Oh my god.
살금 같이 발굴뚝 위로 올라가 살도 좋고 현시자가 크리스마스 이브
Just imagine waking up and seeing fucking stray kids in your house.
Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad. I can feel the evil coming, but Felix never bad.
오늘은 특별한 날 그 누구도 훔칠 수 없어 그림자들이 날 덮쳐
Let me sing a Christmas song.
Feliz Navidad Feliz Navidad Feliz Navidad Feliz Navidad
Christmas Eve.
Oh my god. Guys, that was Christmas Evil by Stray Kids. I enjoyed this one actually. This one's kind of a bop, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
It kind of goes hard. It kind of goes hard.
Yeah, it does. I will say after listening to it after Domino, I'm like, it's not as good as Domino, but it's still really fun. I forgot that they did like, yeah, I forgot that they interrupted it for that little cute scene with that little girl. Yeah. I'm so mad that they did because that drop is like everything. Every single time I listen to the song, and I will listen to it when it's not Christmas. I'm like, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad.
It does, yeah. I think it kind of keeps the same energy as Domino, maybe to a lesser degree, but I like this one. I don't think it's like, I think it's like a little campy, but I think it's campy in like a cutesy sort of way, where I'm like, all right, I get it. Like I like Christmas, so I feel like this one just vibe with me a little bit more personally, but yeah, no, music video is, I think the music video definitely amplified this song that much more. Like just them like with the fucking like little like toy car and they drive it off the cliff and just all this like the one scene I did not get, and maybe Stay can answer me on this, but there's one scene where they're literally standing and they're like throwing the gifts out of the car. Like it would just break immediately. Like, if they had whatever gifts they threw out of their...
logic.
I understand that, but that doesn't make any sense to me. Like at least if they stopped and they like went to somebody's like front door to like drop it off, that'd make more sense than fucking throwing it out in the middle of the street. I don't know.
I also loved when they were like zooming in on each of the members, and they started portraying one of them, Hyunjin, as like the K-drama male lead. Every time you see his face, it's like gorgeous, sparkly, like nonsense, and I love that. It's so funny. All right, Alex, hit us with the Scrooge energy.
I'll start with the positives.
All right, let's go. You're gonna start off with the negatives and ended it off with a positive, yeah. Do whatever you want. Okay, fine. Go ahead. Do what you want.
The video is really charming. Like the video is like does a really good job of, I don't know, showcasing more Stray Kids personalities. You know what I mean? Like not every video you get like the long cuts with like them
that's true,
messing around and like doing stuff. I like the thing where like the little scene where the girl walks in on them all being Santa replacements, and they do like the whole like
the K-pop greeting.
It's so funny, and like it obviously is like unnecessary, but it's like a very charming little extra couple seconds in the video. And also the beat, which I never paid too much attention to the beat before. The beat's really clean.
Yeah,
I don't have like much to say on specifics other than it's a lot of it is pretty like minimalistic. There's a lot of sound effects, like I guess Christmas themed sound effects that have worked into the beat that make a lot of sense, without like coming off as too much or too noisy, for the most part. So I don't know how to like rate the song in my head. Do I rate it as a Christmas song, or do I rate it as a Stray Kids title track?
Oh, just a Christmas song. It wasn't a title track.
If I'm rating it, it's not a title track.
No, this was like its own separate Christmas album that came with Domino English version and a couple, or maybe just one other thing.
All right.
Oh yeah, they had
I'm gonna
2 other
give
Christmas songs.
Purely anecdotal, like rating, because I haven't rated anything. I don't want to do like a whole rating thing. But if this was supposed to be like just a Christmas track and nothing else, cool. For Christmas tracks, it's like a 9 out of 10. That's great. There's not a lot of Christmas songs I'm gonna listen to. If it's a Stray Kids title track or a Stray Kids music video or in the Stray Kids playlist, I'm skipping it. It's not for me.
That's okay.
That's fair. Yeah, I'll give it to you.
And I can't. The worst part is I can't even really name specifics. I think it's just a little too heavy-handed on the cheese, which doesn't always bother me, but I think mixed with being a Christmas song,
it's the double cheese.
I have a little trouble. Little trouble. But I will say that I did like it more this time around. I'm not gonna lie. The first time I heard it when it came out, I specifically remember hearing it at work because I was working like crazy during the holidays. I don't know when this came out. I assume around the holidays, right? I remember I was working like crazy, and I was just like going through end of November. I was like going through my work day, like trying to get through all the videos that were coming out and stuff. And I remember hearing this and not even finishing the song. I was like, "What is?"
You didn't get to the Feliz Navidad?
Yeah.
No. No. This was my first time hearing that part.
Wow.
Okay.
And then I never went back to it. So I will say, like, seeing the video and then finishing the song, and like seeing the whole pack, it's better than I thought it was 10 minutes ago.
Wow. We're seeing true growth from Alex.
Redemption.
Yay, let's go. Amazing.
A couple corrections. This was a Christmas album. It was only 4 songs, so it's like a separate release to me. But Christmas Evil was the title track on their Christmas album, Christmas Evil.
That was a lot.
The other songs are good too. They're a lot more winter, snowy, sweet songs, I think. Okay. So, yeah.
Also, like,
I'm glad that we saw this redemption arc from Alex. This is one of my favorite songs to play. This is my favorite song to play just to troll like my local friends and family, where I'm like, hey, you want to listen to a K-pop Christmas song? Because no one ever expects it.
That's true.
And usually, like, at this point, I've showed them so much K-pop that they're like, oh boy, okay.
I guess I'll listen to it.
Yeah.
Here's what it is. Utess says it's a magic car laughing, crying emoji. Yeah. It says their Santa substitutes. Drop the logic. I know, I'm sorry. It's a natural occurrence to think about it like that. I just want to see, I just want to see people get their Christmas presents. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Just looking out. Anyway, we're getting into the next song, which is Fam. The Korean version. So
someone else mentioned this. This is not part of a particular album. I think it was originally released in a Japanese album. And it was then also released in their Skiz record album, which was pretty much a giant ass, or Skiz Replay. It was a giant ass album of just all of the songs they've written that didn't really get on the albums.
Jesus.
There are 15 songs on this album. And I think each member wrote at least one song for this album. So if you ever want to check it out, that's a deep cut for sure. But yeah, this is a cute song about stray kids and each of the members and how they love each other because they're best friends. That sounded a little sarcastic. I think they genuinely do like each other.
Is this a song where they all like chant each other's names?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
okay. It's a good concert song.
It's a good vibe.
Okay, I know. Okay. Yeah. I've heard this, I think.
All right, let's get into Fam then.
Yeah, I do know this one.
얘가 뜨면 유니크한 목소리에 귀를 쫑긋 기울이게 되지 눈 웃으면 퐁당 빠져버리지 나 이제 이러리지 근데 사실상 진내 서열이리지 외쳐 아기빵
This is cute.
강아지 닮은 꼴땡땡이 넘쳐 like a labrador 감미로운 목소리에 또 반듯 하지만 가끔은 엉뚱해서 곁도 매너는 기본 예의와 성실 알고 가끔씩 시도하는 인간미 댄디 보이스 Dandy boy, every day, every night, you can always see the stars. 별자리 죽은 K, Bugatti에 I try living the life. 듣는 덕분에 더 밝아진 인생. 하루하루가 따뜻해지는 원인은 stray kids 행복의 sunshine. 영광. 쿼카를 닮아 재능은 많다. 랩할때는 수액으로 도배시켜놓고 노래 부를 때 서정서정해. 화려한 이 땀의 분위기 그거 하나만이 물건 좀 take 나는 하나둘씩 모여서 하나같이 움직여 Everybody put your hands up Stray kids singing loud 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 우리 서로가 너무 잘 알아 이렇게 다 같이 무대 위를 날아 가족보다만 보는 사이 봐도 안 질리는 타입 입술도 매력적인 적재피 확 깨물어버릴까 귀요미 황금보다 빛나는 금손의 반전 매력의 모두가 충격받지 출석 하나는 섹시하고 세상을 바라보면 섹시한 멋진 artist genius 하차만 들리는 상차만 들리는 노이즈 캔슬링 켜도 미소 짓게 되는 엄청 큰 목소리 누구지 나는 질문의 정답은 뻔하죠 무대 씹어먹는 그의 이름 외쳐볼까요 백기 레오나르도가 가깝나 봐 고가 날카로워 공기조차 가르니까 move like 지거에 춤보면 함성이 절로 나와 이거는 부셔 man like 뭐 말이야 그건 또 뭐야 가끔은 4차원이지 이상한 잘생긴 몸매 캥거루를 감춰 작게 얼굴은 반쪽 어깨 넓이는 태평양 복근은 발레판 리더 캥거루 해를 스포에서 해를 같이 움직여 Everybody put your hands up Three kids singing loud 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 우린 서로가 너무 잘 알아 이렇게 다 같이 무대 위를 날아 가족보다 많이 보는 사이 봐도 안 질리는 타입
Nice.
Cute stuff.
I felt like
And you'll notice like all of the little animal characters, they have their own like line of animal characters and stuff. So yeah.
like the BTS thing that we went to in New York.
Yeah.
That makes
Yep.
sense. All right. Well, I felt like this was the Riz track. I feel like they just Riz it, which I like respect because like that's what I do to my friends. So
This is like the gas up your homies track.
yeah,
It's cute.
it's nice.
It's really cute having them introduce each other and then
Yeah,
the next one.
It took me like a second to catch on, and to notice like that was what was happening.
Right, it's
Like,
not the voice
like
matching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like them talking about themselves. It's them introducing the next member. Once it caught on, I was like, oh, okay, I get it. It's pretty cute. I was having trouble trying to pay attention to both like the video of them interacting and the lyrics at the same time.
I was
So
gonna
it's
say,
definitely
yeah.
like a video I'd probably want to watch again like
Mhm.
another time or two because their interactions on stage are obviously like really funny, wholesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the lyrics were cool too.
I'll share a little anecdote from the Atlanta stop I went to recently because they are so crazy to watch on stage. They will literally just start breaking out in a skit and not tell anyone. I was sitting in like the shit seats rafters where I could see like the little prompter on stage and stuff. And I was watching the prompter. It was just stopped. And they were going on an entire tangent where Felix was pretending to be a scientist and everyone was like gathered around him taking notes. And he was starting to like explain condensation. And I was like, what is going on here? Everyone was so into it. I was like, this wasn't planned. It was really fun.
Let that man cook. That's all I'm gonna say.
Honestly.
Oh man. No, yeah, it was nice. I don't think I really have anything like particularly good or bad to say about the song. I don't like it's very inoffensive. It's just like as Alex says, like gas your homies up. So
Gas
I'm
your
about
homies
it.
up.
I love it.
Yeah.
Some comments. Everybody said yes to fam, so love it. They all rapped, which yeah, they did. And then this is the intro to them. Each member wrote a verse about the next young. Oh, okay, so that makes sense. So basically, like the first person that started out was the youngest.
The
and
youngest,
then they kept going. Okay, that makes sense. And then Orchid said, yes, they all have solos they made on the album. Wow, that's the one that you said that was like 15 tracks long. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Whew, that's a lot of songs. Joey also said, yeah, Replay is side A, individual songs and side B was stuff that was previously only released on YouTube. Interesting. Okay. So I assume that's uncommon for groups to do. Am I fair to say on that or not?
I think a lot of groups that are participating in making their music, they like to release stuff on the side, usually in SoundCloud. But I think Stray Kids was one of the first to do it in like a full album form. I don't know if you could buy the Replay album, but yeah, they would. I mean, they release a lot of content.
Yes, they do.
So,
yeah, we are getting into part 2 and possibly part 3. So I know they're releasing a lot of stuff. But the next one we have on the list here is Maniac.
Yeah.
All right. Joey also did confirm it's a digital release only, so who knows? Maybe
they give us too much.
They're like, I need to spend more money now. But anyway, Maniac, this is the next one. Do I need to know anything about this, Therese, before we click to the next one?
We're in a new era. It's really good. This was one of my favorites after God's Menu, of course, but mostly this was the follow-up I was waiting for post Miro. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
정상인 척 다들 힘좀 빼. 짓고 있는 미소들은 새. 락이 풀리면 다 똑같지. 눈은 날 무서워. 허브제는 풀렸네. 정신을 간신히 잡지. 눈 한 번 깜빡이고 빼. 다시 세상이 정한 정상인 코스프레 준비. Mashup, mind blow, 정신은 backup. 프로토타입 내 속은 언제나 삐끗 monster. 유행 같은 친절함은 저리 지나 rotten. 내 통수에 다 시원하게 욕해도 다 먹여. Pop in, 순진하게만 보다가 크게 다짐. 호의가 계속되면 권리줄 아래 toxic. 이러니 돌지, warning.
Maniac, 나서 빠진 것처럼 미쳐 Maniac.
핑 돌아버리겠지.
Maniac, Frankenstein처럼 걸어 Maniac. Maniac.
Maniac, 나서 빠진 것처럼 무슨 Maniac. 핑 돌아버리겠지. Maniac, 비정상 두성이 죽는 Maniac. Maniac. 다 터진 형실밥처럼
결국 본색이 드러났지.
편하지 않은 이 life 이런 live is so denied. Yeah. 정상인 척 다들 척좀 빼. 짓고 있는 미소 no pressure. 락해 불면 다들 똑같지. 눈은 날 못 속여. 내가 걷는 이 거리는 다 지뢰바다. 언제 터질지 모르는 둠만 volcano. 전했던 바람도 언제 바꿀지 몰라. 다들 숨긴 채 살아가 like a seal tornado.
Pop in, 순진하게만 보다가 그게 닥침. 호의가 계속되면 권리줄 아래 toxic. 이러니 돌지, warning. Maniac,
Nice. All right.
것처럼 미쳐 Maniac.
핑 돌아버리겠지.
Maniac, Frankenstein처럼 걸어 Maniac. Maniac.
Maniac, 나서 빠진 것처럼 무서운 Maniac. 핑 돌아버리겠지. Maniac, 비정상 두성이 죽는 Maniac. Maniac. 가득해 두 눈은 lunatic. 모든 감각이 날 서있지. 예쁘게 포장한 대로 매번 갖던 언니. 흘러가다 보면 결국 드러나겠지. 지금까지 내면의 그 모습이. Yeah.
Maniac. Maniac. Maniac.
You cannot stop with the thing. Maniac, 나서 빠진 것처럼 무서운 Maniac. 핑 돌아버리겠지. Maniac, 비정상 구성이 중단 Maniac. Maniac.
Oh, that's cool. All right.
Good
was a-
stuff.
That was a cool way to outro it. I wasn't expecting that. I thought for sure they were gonna hit us with another drop. So
It's a very
Interesting.
abrupt ending.
yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
All right.
But yeah.
Yeah, something I really liked about the song. Overall I like this song. Something I really liked about the song though was in that last chorus or the last drop, like the Maniac drop.
Mm-hmm.
It started doing something really weird with the bass modulation. Like it started getting really like gritty, and it was almost like I don't know how to kind of explain it. It's basically if you started like taking a bass wave, if you were like producing music and just started like messing with the modulator on it, and it just got really really weird. And then it cut off on the end of the song. I was like, oh man, I kind of wish it went a little more into the noise at the end,
Like
because it was
distorted?
getting yeah, it was getting, well, it wasn't so much distorted as it was just like the bass was just modulating very oddly, differently than it did in the previous choruses.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, I'm excited, where is this going? It's really noisy. And then it ended. It was like, oh man, cut it like a little shorter than I wanted to. But overall I thought the song was really good. There was a lot of good rap verses in this,
Yes.
and like
yeah.
more, it was very like rap heavy in the in the verses. I think we got like full like Felix had like a full on rap verse. I think the Changbin verse was really good. One of the Changbin verses.
Agree.
Always.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Therese? Or you want me
I love this one. I was really into this comeback. I was like, and I was also like kind of craving because there was a good amount of time between Thunderous and this one, if I remember. So I was like, man, I can't wait for another Stray Kids comeback. And then they dropped this, and it was literally one of those music videos that I stayed up late for, I think. And I was like watching it. I was like, I was literally Frankenstein, like getting electrocuted while I was watching the whole thing. I will say, this is some of my least favorite choreography, specifically like when they're in when they're in that like diner and they're doing something like some sort of dead man dance, which I guess makes sense if it's like a monster song, but didn't hit as much as other choreographies, but I still really like the song. I think there's like a part where they're literally just like holding on to their neck and seizing basically, and I think that's kind of funny to watch, but I don't know if it's my favorite. Other than that, song is great. I really wish I'm gonna trademark this idea right now, but I really want to mash up this song with Rina Sawayama's Frankenstein. No one else is allowed to do that. I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna do it once I have time.
Baby.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I don't want to be a monster anymore. Maniac. No.
No, I think this one was definitely. I think this one was a solid one. I don't know. I think I'd have to probably give it a little bit more of a listen. But I thought this one was pretty good. I think they definitely did stuff that was a little bit different, I'd argue, than what they've done previously. I think there was a lot more attention to like vocal layering on this song that I think that maybe previous songs didn't have as nearly as, I guess, direct. There's a lot more like call and response, which I appreciated. I thought that was really interesting. But like even in the chorus, there's like some like really cool like background like melodies and stuff that I really appreciated that I don't like. I tried to pick out the first time around and still picked up like towards the second time when we got into the second part of the chorus, which I thought was really sick. Music video was also shot extremely well. I think like their quality on their music video like definitely jumped up that much more since the last time, since Thunderous. So I like that as well. But it was good. I think like overall it was a pretty solid song. The lyrics were also very interesting as well. So I also appreciate the lyricism in this track. Again, they continue to surprise me on like whether it be like the musicality or like their like lyricism. I think they have a very good grasp on both, and I think that's, I would argue, is a very good theme about their group as a whole, is that they're very well, like some of the lyricism is like really on the nose, which I like, but I also really appreciate just the musicality of how they write, and they're not trying to write the same thing. I think that's kind of what I appreciate, that they're always trying to do something a little bit different. I agree with Alex. There's a lot of cool like bass modulation in this track as well. But yeah, I thought this one was a very solid track, certainly. It seems like it's done pretty well when it first released, so obviously there was a good amount of following, so definitely really cool. Couple comments we got here before we move on to the next one. A lot of people said that there was physical copies of that album, but they were only a part of, it looks like, the BBL community. So I don't know what that's referring to.
That was one of the K-pop platforms, I guess, for fan interaction. I don't know if you're familiar with Weverse.
I am familiar with Weverse, yeah. I don't know too much.
Yeah, it was basically Weverse, but for the artists of JYP. So
okay.
I don't think it's around anymore, unfortunately.
That would make sense.
That's also why I didn't interact with the fandom base much anymore, because they got rid of VLive, and I was like, where do I go? I didn't want to download Bubble because it looks kind of nightmarish.
This is Therese. Therese is like, where's the fans at? Where are my friends? I don't know. Locks Girl says you can't buy the replay album, only generation membership. So that would make sense. Orchid asked if Circus is part of the playlist, so I'm sure we'll
Circus is not, but it was a deep consideration. That's another really good Japanese release.
All right, well, maybe part 3, Orchid.
Yeah.
Bang Chan's background vocals, can't agree. Definitely like this. Joey also said their first album that hit #1 on Billboard 200, which is pretty sick.
Nice.
With their next albums being 2 and 3. That's crazy. That is how you know K-pop fans go wild. Love that shit. Utez says, yep, playing on the ordinary theme. Everybody's saying lyricism on point. And then they just said that this album did amazing. Almost debuted at Hot 100. We're under at number 16 if Utez remembers correctly. So very cool.
They stream on YouTube now. Oh, I'm gonna have to check that out now.
Okay.
This album is called Ordinary.
Ordinary.
Like, Ordinary, yeah.
Okay. I guess it was an autocorrect moment.
I think the next one is, this was also on the Ordinary album. And I only included this one. I actually really like Venom, which is the track before this one on the album. I love that song. I included this one because I also love it, but I had never seen the music video. So this will be a first for me.
There we go. Well, let's get into Freeze then. This is like a follow-up to their other music video they did.
Which one?
In part 1 that we did.
Oh, and
can't remember.
From Miro or something?
Miro, yeah. Miro.
Yeah. Miro.
아침 먹고 땡 점심 먹고 땡 저녁 먹고 땡 삼시세끼 다 챙겨도 무기력해 하루가 켜 얼르가 붙어닥쳐 식어보다 동작 규제 규칙 그딴 건 깨진 분위기가 쓰러가 떨리는 대로 매일매일 해 소리 잡힌 대로 내일 해 목표에 내 거만을 대입해 나머지 색다 널 허리케인 하지만 보다가 아무것도 못했잖아 시간만 흘러가는 중 높이 불린 망아지 나서 빠진 양아치 딱 그 점까지 막 나가는 중 Step out 내가 원하는 대로 움직여 알았어 들 moving 내키는 대로 내 앞을 가로막는 것 대한 등산 녹일 시간 없어 부셔 차가운 빙판 위에 미끄러져 넘어져도 두 어깨 툭툭 털고 일어서 전방에 큰 함성 소리로
오!
Ooh.
땡 구속시켜있던 날 해방시켜 프레셔 백업 쌓고 모래 좀 빠져있어 마치 프리즌 백보든 널 불어 얼음 땡 불같은 건 개나 쳐다 부셔버려라 뱅뱅 달려나가 수가 뺀 채로 얼려있던 내 몸땡 때려 눈에 뵈는 게 없어 지금 이대로 승기를 하소하고 먼저 챔피언 그저도 식겁하지 유가 몸 뱉떡하니 동작그만 7.8이다 이길 때까지 I'll keep breaking Step out 내가 원하는 대로 움직여 알았어 들 moving 내키는 대로 차가운 빙판 위에 미끄러져 넘어져도 두 어깨 툭툭 털고 일어서 전방에 큰 아픈 소리로 땅 아이스 아이스 땡 땡 두 손 머리 위로 해방감을 느껴 I'm crossing the line 더는 못 참아 오늘 빙판이어도 let it go 태워 심장에 불을 키워 right now I'm getting out now 타올라 더 거침없이 뛰어 Freeze!
They can't be ending a song off like this. In no way. What? That's
Dang.
oh, that's fucked up. Shit.
Oh, you have to listen to the whole album.
No.
You're really struggling.
Oh man, I thought for sure they were gonna hit me with another like break. Didn't happen. Wow.
This is one of their shorter songs. Yeah,
Holy
it's under 3
shit.
minutes.
All right, I've got to take.
Ooh.
All right. He's hot.
This may be my new favorite Stray Kids song.
Oh.
Yeah, like, and I've never heard it before, which is weird.
Nice.
Even better.
I chose correctly.
You chose wisely,
Man.
Therese.
This is my my like old age and my high school full of dubstep.
I was gonna say, yep.
In full force right now, coming out and standing by Stray Kids dubstep. This is so good.
Yeah.
It's oh god, the production is so good, and it's not even like the crazy dubstep drop that is like my favorite part of the song. Although it is really fun, and like props to them for producing that, because I know that as somebody who used to like dabble in producing dubstep years and years ago, it's kind of hard. So props to them for producing that, first of all. But my favorite part about this song, easily, was the pre-chorus. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a super long pre-chorus, and it has like a little bit of like a derivative of what the chorus uses for its instrumentation lead in the pre-chorus. And then it does a weird thing where the pre-chorus is, I would say, like one like it's a doubled pre-chorus in length. I guess that's like the easiest way to explain it. It's twice as long as like your normal pre-chorus would be for like a song like this, especially like a shorter song. What they do that's interesting in the second part of the pre-chorus is they bring in a snare hit on the third beat of every measure. So like it'd be like the 1 2 snare 4. Which would be like, normally you get that when the drop comes, but you're getting that in the pre-chorus, which gives it like a really odd dynamic. So then when it drops, and with like a complete like rhythmic change and like the bass change and stuff, it's a very it's like jarring, and it hits harder because you sort of almost got like a little bit of like a, I don't know, the closest thing I can relate it to is sort of like an anti-drop or like a non-existent drop in the second half of the pre-chorus, and then you get like a real drop, and it kind of just like elevates.
I know what you're talking about, because my new favorite trend in K-pop is the use of empty space, which creates that sort of anti-drop moment. Yeah,
there's something weird about, like, because a lot of times for a pre-chorus you just get a build up with a kick drum, and the kick drum, you know, it'll start off every 4, and then you'll get it 8 times per measure, and you 16. It'll just speed up, and you'll get like a normal build into a drop, especially with like a dubstep song. Normally, only time you're getting a snare is if it's layering with that kick, and it's also building up, like a snare roll or something, or like a snare that's like speeding up. It's weird to get a snare that hits like it's on it in a drop before the drop comes, if that makes sense. I don't know. I took a super long time.
That was great.
a really minor thing that I liked. So I'm sorry for taking up a lot of time.
On point. No.
Somebody else, please talk about it.
Take as much time as you like, Alex.
Well, Joey also said if you like this, wait until you hear Item, which is from their most recent. I would second that.
Okay.
Definitely listen to Item.
I'm about to get another Stray Kids rabbit hole.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
You've missed a lot. There's a lot. I have to scroll through a lot of songs on Spotify to get album to album. Okay.
We'd really be putting Therese to work,
Go
I think.
for it, Brandon.
This song was fantastic. I, again, was a little stun shocked at the end. I thought for sure they were going to hit us with another break.
Ooh.
So I was a little surprised on that, which I'm fine if the song leads into another song, because one of my favorite things when listening to albums is when basically whenever like the song bleeds into the next song and it just like chef's kiss. I love when that happens. So if that is the case for this album, I'll hold my reservation for it. But the song itself was really good. I would agree with Alex. I love the like real dubstep, like nasty like chorus. That was so sick. But I think the thing that I would juxtapose him with is that I really love the bridge of this track. I thought that was like a complete like deviation from what they were doing in this song, but it added such a like departure from the song that I think I appreciated that much more, because it's like this like breath of fresh air that offered something different to the track that I don't think they've really done. Most of the times I feel like they kind of keep it within the realm, but this one was like a little bit softer, a little bit more melodic. There's a lot more vocal melodies going on in that part that I think really stuck out. But yeah, I think and I also got to give a comment to Ian as well. I really enjoyed his performance on this track. Some of his vocal melodies going on this track was 10 out of 10. Really enjoyed it. So I would say this one pretty up there with favorite Stray Kids tracks thus far.
What album did you say this is from, by the way?
Ordinary.
ODD.
Okay. Ian.
Therese,
literally adding it to my playlist right now.
Yeah. This is one of those. This might be my favorite Stray Kids album for sure.
Ooh, okay.
It's definitely the first 4 tracks for me, and then the next 3 still very good tracks. But they kind of like lower the energy a bit in a way that's intended. Okay. So yeah, it's very good. It's one of their more cohesive albums sound wise, because they tend to experiment a lot, which is really great, but doesn't always make a cohesive album. And some people get kind of
fair enough. Yeah.
Disappointed. So you might be disappointed in this case because the song goes into like a more rock song. There's
fine.
Like none of the hard dubstep, but yeah, it's still very good.
I'm a rock guy. I like
rock. We're both rock and metal fans.
Metal guys, yeah. So
yeah,
I feel like that's a good transitional thing.
But it's nothing's as crisp as this song. It's so crisp.
I would agree. I think what I find really interesting about Stray Kids, and just again having 2 parts going through their stuff, I think they have this really unique pass through of like having a lot of like electronic, insane like dubstep, like crazy synth parts. Like they can kind of hit the like jazzy, like funky, like neutro stuff, and then they can do shit like this, which is just like what the fuck's going on. They can do like more like rock stuff, which we saw in like the Kingdom performance. I think it's really interesting how like they connect the dots in that way, like as a group, that I would argue other groups might have a harder time to kind of like connect the dots more easily. I think they just have an attenuation to like figure out like, okay, like the harder elements of our songs actually might work well in the like rock or like, heavier space of music. And I think that they definitely try to play off that a little bit. And then also, again, in that sort of electronic phase, and be like, oh, well, also dubstep's in there, so like let's incorporate that. And then like they're like, but we also like the neutro stuff and like the real pop stuff and like all that sort of stuff. So then they incorporate that, and it's just like,
yeah, I think
weird
it's
amalgamation.
Interesting. I think it's interesting because in other K-pop groups, when they do stuff like this, when they like jump from genre to genre, a lot of people think it's like an identity crisis, but that's never been the case with Stray Kids. Everyone's always just like, yep, that's a Stray Kids song. Like, yep, seems like a Stray Kids song. So yeah, as Joey said, they are genre benders. They will literally just hop from genre to genre and like learn, like One Piece. They go to a new island, they learn something, they go to the next island. And then, yeah. Next Stray Kids album, 10th of November, rock album. Ooh, Rockstar.
Let's go.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of the promotions for this because I've been off the map a bit, but
we're about to do a live reaction to that album.
Yeah, we're about to.
Oh,
we
yeah.
might have to. We might have to. Or going back to some comments, and then I'll let Therese say. Well, unless Therese, you want to say your piece about the song, and then we'll get into action.
There's a reason I chose this song because it's so up there for me. I will comment more on the music video because I had never seen this, and wow, I am a little bit stunned. I know them as those awkward silence kids that were hanging out on that couch, and they look like men in this one, and it made me a little uncomfy. It was like that really awkward moment when Cole Sprouse came out as Jughead, and he like kind of ruined my childhood, but that, no, it was very intense when they did the first beat drop, and it was literally like a shoot off. Like I love the loss of logic where the bullets were hitting each other. So that I love that. This was a really cool music video. Definitely one of the first in a while that I've seen that incorporates more story that I can understand. I
would agree.
Yeah.
Orchid said Lonely Street is another great one from this album. Also, Joey said Muddy Water. So
yeah,
very excited on that. Joey also said Ian's undercover mafia boss era. That's pretty funny. And then Joey just said, "You guys are barely scratching the surface." Yes, that's that. I feel like that's in the intentional tension behind doing this is like, I'm baby. I don't know all this stuff. So it's been nice to have Therese, who is way more knowledgeable than I am about this, and then Alex, who is like more knowledgeable than me about this. So it's been nice to have them on my
rediving
in, so very, very cool. Utez says they improve production value album after album. Can agree. Even going from part 1 to part 2 has been insane in terms of production value. Charmer, a bunch of people said Charmer fire emojis. And then we talked about Rockstar, so very cool. Yeah. Joey commented on your One Piece One Piece joke.
I'm a new One Piece fan. Ooh. I watched the live action, and that inspired me to watch the anime, and it is so good. I feel like I've been living under a rock and I've been sleeping this whole time. It is so good. I literally like have pirate dreams every night now. But on the comment of their production value, I will say, as much as I love their earlier albums and songs, there was a part of me that was hesitant because I was like, they're still kind of new to this. They're still very young. Some of their songs weren't quite sticking with me the way that more professionally produced songs were, with like full-on teams that make songs for a living rather than doing idol stuff as well. This was the first album that I was like, I don't have to worry about their production value. Like, I don't have to worry about them as songwriters. I don't have to worry about if they go off and make their own company. They are consistently going to make good music every single time. So
you got set.
I'm set. I'm like, I have full faith in them now, but because I always start out a little bit skeptical.
Fair enough. Yeah.
New K-pop groups, and even though I was always a fan of Stray Kids, I'm more skeptical of singer-songwriters specifically because they have so much to do. Like, it's hard when you're not specialized the way that like Ryan Jun or someone is. So this is very impressive.
Yeah. Well, excited to see where they're going to be going next as a group. It's definitely one that I will for sure be keeping an eye on, because I think with, again, each part we do, I get just that much more invested in it. And I honestly, it's probably going to be a bunch of K-pop stuff has leaked into my Spotify year-end rap. I can be rest assured I've put on so many Twice albums, it's not even funny at this point. So Utez says caught up with One Piece recently. Very sick. Joey said super young, but they're doing great. Can agree. Awesome. 3 Racha, the hands up emoji. Hopefully don't. I mean, I think they're handling the pressure pretty well, and again, as a group, I'm excited to see what they have next, which is a great segue into the next song, which is Case 143, baby.
This is a new album, and this is their first official. They marketed it as their first official love song. So,
all right,
there you go.
There we go. All right, Case 143. Let's get into it.
사건 발생 잊지 못할 사건 치명적인 매력에 홀라 땅 빠져 자꾸 나를 자극하는 넌 출처가 없는 문제야 풀어야 할 숙제야 Can I be a boyfriend 너를 대하는 태도 거짓말 없어 no cap 너에게 하고 싶은 말로 가득 찼어 my case 완벽한 표정 멜로디 부족해 Got me losing patience 걷잡을 수 없는 emotion 떠올린 이 모습 봐 Never feel alright 수많은 감정이 충돌해 waiting Rolling in the deep inside my head
Ooh, okay.
문장이지 신속하게 내게로 moving on my way Why do I keep getting attracted 자석같이 끌려가 I cannot explain this reaction 이거밖에 143 Why do I keep getting attracted 네 모습만 떠올라 I cannot explain this emotion 1, 4, 3 I love you A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I wanna send
Oh, I like this.
8 letters is all it takes and I'm gonna let you know oh 너 말고 높이 쌓아뒀지 break 원하는 대로 불러도 돼 코딩 욕심이 내도 되고 싶어 soulmate 마음은 점점 더 upgrade cause You got me losing patience 걷잡을 수 없는 emotion 떠올라는 모습 봐 Never feel alright 수많은 감정이 충돌해 waiting Rolling in the deep inside my head You got me bad 문장의 day 신속하게 내게로 moving on my way Why do I keep getting attracted 자석같이 끌려가
This is so good.
It is great.
Why do I keep getting attracted 네 모습만 떠올라 I cannot explain this emotion 1, 4, 3 I love you
나의 모든 상태 지금 wiki 너의 모습 ain't no false 나의 속마음 다시 repeat
Walking next to you but I'm falling 깊게 빠져들어 끌리지 You're pulling me deeper and deeper I try to get out but I can't stop Can I be the one? Yeah I'll be the one 무모하게 도전해 오그라지는 표현 머릿속에 띵하고
Ooh, nice chord change.
Moving I'm on my way Why do I keep getting attracted 네 모습만 떠올라 I cannot explain this emotion 1, 4, 3 I love you
I'm not gonna lie, I thought I did something. I freaked out internally just a little bit. That's so sick. All right. This is great.
Yeah. I could tell you were vibing too hard, but I would really recommend rewatching this because there's so many good video editing moments. Like, this is number one.
On point.
My first thought, like, song aside, is that like Stray Kids is making the best videos out of like any of the. I don't want to make too broad of a statement, but I'll say like any of the JYP.
Do it up.
Any of the JYP groups. Like
That's
they're
fair.
making the most interesting videos out of any of the JYP groups that
Yeah.
I've seen by far.
Because
Like,
they're
the editing is so, it's like
clean.
Well, it's clean, but it's also like it integrates their comedy.
yes, because
into
their
the
entire
editing.
like their entire genre is like breaking the fourth wall. So
Yeah, it's
they
their
literally
persona.
do that.
And
in
it's
the
like the
editing.
stuff that it's like almost like I imagine them being in the editing bay, like giving the editor ideas and then working with it or something, because it's like so characteristic of the members for like how dumb some of the edits are, but they're really super well executed.
It's on brand.
So it's like obviously they have professionals doing it.
Like all of their little ad libs in the song, like
yeah,
like that.
The cut, the cut.
Yeah.
And like the one scene, I don't remember which member it was, but whoever was center just like dropped from the ceiling into the other.
I love that scene.
I'm like, oh, it's so fun.
I love that scene. It's so fun.
It's like very stupid humor, which I love.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it makes it makes it like a really interesting watch, and then it just obviously adds to the whole experience. I think the song was super fun. The production, again, for Sriracha producing it, great. They just level up the production seemingly time and time again. The vocal layering, really cool.
Yes.
Even in that section where they're doing like those jokes where like they're like going across screen, it's like like, even that, like it as stupid as it is, or like as much as a joke, it's just like another like vocal editing effect or kind of ad lib thing they add, but it's like carefully, meticulously crafted to make it like really addicting, you know what I mean? Because I'm just gonna, every time I hear this song going forward, I'm just gonna like have that
play
part
the music
in my
video.
head. yeah
That's I think that's like the sign of a really good K-pop release.
Specifically, my favorite part for the song was definitely the end, where they kind of did that fourth wall breaking, like rewind the video, where they even like had the YouTube bar.
Yeah.
Rewind and everything, which actually like messed me up for a second.
Same.
You're telling me I'm the one who's doing this stream.
Brandon's over here like, oh no.
Well, they brought it back all the way to like, I don't know, a third into the song, and then I was like, wait, how much time is left in the actual song? Like, I don't see the bar anymore. And then I was like, wait, that was their bar. It wasn't our bar. We didn't move our bar.
I had a jump scare.
I got really excited. I was like, oh my god, there's so much more song left.
Yeah, same. I was like, oh, it's actually a long video, huh? I'm just crazy.
It's 8 minutes long.
But when that part ends and it comes back with a completely new outro, post-chorus, outro, however you want to label it, that was a really nice change up. Like having that fourth wall breaking scene where it does something different with the video, and then coming back from that and having a completely new musical section as well, is a really nice touch.
Can't agree. Therese, why don't you go next? I'll go last this time.
I'll be the one to mention that 143 was the pager code to say I love you. So that's where the numbers come from.
Okay.
But yeah, all the same, love for all of those editing moments. I think they're perfect. I think the song itself was kind of like, it seemed uncharacteristic to me, but the more I hear it, the more I'm like, no, this is a really good song. And what I found interesting was, I think it was this song came out, and either a lot of people were mad because they were like, well, this isn't hard hitting. This isn't like, I don't know, mean enough, because it is very playful.
It is very playful, yeah.
And I was like, well, no, this is still like their brand. I don't know. Maybe I was like, maybe I'm confusing my emotions with the emotions I was reading online. Because yeah, no, this is still very much like a Stray Kids song. I think it's interesting that one of my friends who absolutely does not like K-pop, she loved this song specifically. And I was like, out of everything, I was like, why? And she's like, it's stuck in my head all the time. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I'm like, okay, fair, yeah. There's a lot of really catchy moments like that.
Yeah, I think both you and as well as Alex mentioned like a lot of like ear candy, and I think this song has it to like a T. There's so many cool moments throughout the track that I was like, oh shit, that's really cool. That's really cool too. But I think the instrumentation was what really got me. It was like the first part of it was like super hard, and then they got to like this interesting like jazz break kind of a thing, which I thought was really weird, but like worked with the song. And like I'm like a huge jazz fan, so like that was really cool to hear that. And then like them switch it up a little bit more in that like bridge part, which was probably my favorite part of the song, again keeping a lot of that jazz chord phrasing in the bridge, and then like rounding it out with that like last chorus post chorus thing was just like the icing on the cake. I think this song has like a lot of quirky moments that Alex pointed out, with just being like they just know how to sell their personalities very well in a music video setting, and obviously that extends to their live performances and when you see them, and obviously I imagine when they do like, you know, video interviews or like interviews, like they seem like a very quirky, like goofy bunch. So I think that they I think that they do a very good job of relaying that like sort of quirky, goofy, like funny moments, not only in the musicality of what they do, but also like equally as much in the music video aspect of it. So this to me is like a million out of 10. I was super on brand with this song. This one's probably the top one right now, I'd argue. For me personally, I kind of like this one a lot. It was very like, it had all like the hard hitting elements that I like, but also had like some of the more like jazzy, like odd stuff that I wouldn't expect people to like particularly, I don't know, I guess enjoy per se, but like it was one that I just kind of like vibed out with it, and like it was just a great song. It was a very fun song all around. But yeah, I probably put this up at my top favorite Stray songs right now. Easy.
Nice.
Without a doubt. Joey says, there was a couple people actually. Joey said that this is their love era, which is very sick. Love that. They also referenced The Shining, which was cool. Okay, so love that.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Which I didn't even realize either until like I saw that comment, and then I also saw the part in the music video. I was like, okay, that makes sense. They also said that the music videos are on top. Can't agree with that. I believe if Joey commented this, Lee No is I guess the person who does the music videos. Can't confirm.
No, that's one of the members. I think he's talking about when he drops from the top
the
half.
Lino. Okay.
Yeah, that was Lino.
Okay, gotcha. And then Utez says when they said love songs, people panicked because they weren't expecting Stray Kids soft era or Bumble Pop era, but they definitely made
Bubble Pop maybe.
It corrected to Bumble Pop in the chat, so if I was wrong, it's wrong. But they definitely made it a Stray Kids song, so I can't agree with that. Love the praise, love the Cassie praise, crying heart emoji. Oh, case for it.
I didn't know that was a nickname.
I was like, wait, what?
For case 143. Okay.
Okay, there you go. Well,
yeah.
My dumb ass can't read apparently, so.
Teach me all the new stay phrases.
Yes, please.
I'm so out of date.
I don't know any of this.
I'm still listening to Awkward Silence. I can't stop.
I don't know any of this shit, so tell me all the things. But this next one is S-Class.
Oh, yeah. This was the next album.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We had to skip through because we're getting close to the end, unfortunately.
What was the album? So Case 143, is that
Case
the same
143 was under the album Maxident.
Okay, I'm going to have to check
Maxident.
Maxident. All right. Well.
It also had the Circus, the Japanese song on here. So, yeah, definitely check it out.
Oh, we have to check that out now. All right. Well, let's get into S-Class. I'm assuming this is one of their like popular songs.
This was their most recent so far.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
여기서 특별시 수많은 기적거리를 켰지 가려진 별들 사이 떠오르는 특별 별난 것두성이 변함없지 번화하는 거리 거리거리마다 거리적거리는 거 Clean it up, get back 검은 먼지를 텅텅 빈 땅통 Kick it Swerving, I'm speeding, I'm surfing road Luxurious like I'm an S-Class Best of the best on first class I'm up above the world, so high I'll be the shiny day and night They wonder how my spotlight is so bright Counting stars, if you're at better I know that's me
What? That's hard. I like this.
Yeah?
Yeah. That was clean. All right. All right, Strike.
Yeah?
That's me. 빛이 번져 또 빛나는 star. Feel like the brightest star. 빛이 쏟아지는 밤. 하늘을 바라보면 내 모습 수놓아져 있어. Yeah, yeah. 떨어지지 않고 한 자리에서 거듭나게 stay hey yeah. 빛날 광의 사람은 그게 바로 우리 속의 말. We're special, yeah. Straight kids 내 뒤에 팀은 특수 부대. 스테이지 위 그 자체로 위가 특별 무대. 관중들은 따로 필요 없이 축제. 전체 더울 필요 없이 꽃빛 불 때. Limited edition 이런 것 특별해져. 팀명하면 분명하게 바꾸고 거듭돼서 you. 눈에 띄는 tension. 몰입하는 객소. 네 글자 하나 간도 여기 모든 것을 밝혀.
Oh, that's cool. That is a hard music video.
I think they said that was the most expensive music video they've
Not
ever made.
surprised by
Yeah,
any
I would
stretch.
hope so.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It popped the fuck off with that one.
That is crazy. That is like the most practical effects I've seen in a video in a long time.
And they still kept up with that editing flawlessly. Like that moment when
The
Seungmin,
cuts.
like they stop the camera, Seungmin tilts his head and
Tilts
everything
it, and
falls. I'm like, oh, that was so cool.
Clean edits, man. I'll tell you
Yeah.
what. That hits me in the chest. I love that. Man, S-Class. This is the newest song or newest title song from their latest album. So that's very cool. I guess let's start off with Therese this time. Therese, what's your thoughts on this being the longest stay here in this video chat?
Yeah, this was definitely a song that I I always follow
Discover.
Stray Kids. I always listen to their major releases. But I had been kind of off the wagon because I've been exploring a lot of other new groups, like a certain girl group that's been killing it this year. I think everyone knows New Jeans. I've been on a pretty heavy R&B streak, so
Oh, nice.
I don't know. It was hard for me to re-palette to Stray Kids, but and I wasn't sure how, if I kept listening to it, if where they're like pure pure. I wasn't sure if I would like that if it kept going on, but I do. I still really like it. I think it's really fun. I think the music video was crazy.
Oh, so sick.
There was a giant squid man that they had to fight, and I was like, oh my god. When that came up, I forgot about him in this music. I don't know how I forgot about him, but that was crazy. But no, I really like this song. I think they're incredible, as always. And someone did point out this was the song they performed on the VMAs recently.
Ah,
Okay.
Yeah.
very
So
nice.
cool. I can pick up there then. So
Okay.
So I heard this song before only once, and that was on the VMAs.
Mm.
Yeah, I sat through the whole VMAs just to watch Stray Kids.
Hell yeah.
It was a long time.
Good job.
What a
They
freaking
brought him
drag.
out late.
What a drag! Oh my god, what a nightmare
proud.
experience.
We salute you.
But I really liked the stage, and I still haven't really since then even like listened to or watched the video or listened to like the official audio. I just watched a live stage. I was like, oh, this is pretty fun. This is cool. Seeing it and like hearing the clean audio and like seeing the video, this is definitely my favorite title track since God's Menu for sure.
Wow.
It might even like be up there with God's Menu, because I think for me, all of my favorite Stray Kids tracks are, or title tracks at least, are God's Menu and Earlier. This one for me is like right up there with the best of the best for me. So I'm really happy to, I guess, go back to what we were talking about earlier. What I keep talking about is like that issue with always competing with your previous tracks and competing with your previous self, and kind of trying to achieve
the next big song.
Yeah, always trying to achieve like the next big songs. Obviously everyone's gonna have different opinions and different tastes. This one gives me back like that same feeling I got when I listened to God's Menu. Like, it's very hype. It's very
That's
good.
fair.
I love like the switch up on the third chorus. It's super fun. I think the choreo is really cool. It makes so much sense with like how the audio is in that drop. The video is cool. That you mentioned like that octopus edit, which is crazy. And there was one scene, I think, before it like fully showed up in that warehouse scene, where I saw somebody in the back get like hit by a tentacle or something, and there was no context about anything about that earlier, and I was like, am I tripping? I'm like, all I've seen in this video is like them performing and fireworks. Am I tripping, or was that just like a giant tentacle? And then thankfully it got cleared up in the next scene where okay, yes.
Oh my god.
It's
like
God.
the fruit. It's like the Fruit of the Loom
God
cornucopia. You know, like did you see all the stuff in the cornucopia and the fruit of the Loom thing? Have you ever guys seen that? I don't know if you guys have seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like really like, it's not what you think it is, but everybody like remembers it to be something like that. So anyway, Mandela effects. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Cool. Well, I guess I'll give my thoughts on it. I enjoyed this one a lot. I would probably agree with Alex on it being like probably one of the top Stray songs for sure. The hype level is like, it literally starts off at a 10 and then only goes up from 10. So I thought that was pretty insane. Joey did point out that those fireworks were practical, so that's insane to me. I think that watching the music video definitely amplifies, very similarly to like all of the other Stray songs. I feel like watching the music video definitely amplifies my like love for the track, but I think that this one just had like a lot of like really strong energy. I liked the weird like old school like hip hop like break.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was so sick.
Unexpected. Where they switched up the beat.
They switched up
unexpectedly.
The beat. They kind of did like a little bit. It kind of reminded me a little bit of like it kind of reminded me a little bit of Gin and Juice by Snoop Dogg a little bit, you know, and that like beat switch up, like the way that the synths were kind of laid out. I thought that was really sick. And then the way that they kind of transitioned out of it, it was just like a speed ramp almost. So I like that, and the way that they just kind of like went throughout the track. Like I think it just continues this really like ebb and flow kind of energy. It's got this real like roller coaster effect where like you'll get like a really big high and then they'll like hit you with a nice like break beat or something like that, which makes the song more interesting or more appealing.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, this one, another fantastic Stray song. I don't think I really have anything bad to say about it. I think they just like literally blew the lid off of this like music video. It's kind of nuts. So
yeah.
Great song. I guess some comments here. Joey said 5-star, killing it. And then Maxident, which is which we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. And then Therese, you said that this is the most recent, and then Orchid said for not long.
Yeah.
Which obviously now we know, which is very sick. It did open them up to collab with artists such as Lil Durk. That's pretty wild. I feel like they've again, like, I feel like K-pop has hit the mainstream in a really strong way, so it's good to know that, like, you know, modern, like, Western pop artists are doing a lot of work with Korean artists. I think that's sick.
So many.
I saw Taylor Swift vibing out to S Class at the VMAs.
That's true. That was going around. It was mostly all of the Taylor Swift reaction cams were going viral, and I remember seeing a lot of her reactions to Stray Kids. She was drinking that tea.
She was
feeling it. Yeah, she was feeling it.
She bumping it.
Yeah.
I love it. Wordell says they broke K-pop sales record, achieving over 5.1 million pre-orders for this album. That's wild. That is a lot. There's a lot of sales.
I thought it was more than that.
It could be more. That's what
over 5.1 million.
Well, that's just pre-orders. Maybe.
Yeah. No, I thought because I thought it was more.
Oh, more pre-order sales.
Yeah. I'll double check, but yeah.
Higher than BTS, and then Charm says hello Charm, what's going on? We're like on the last couple ones, so make sure to rewind and watch the rest of it, I guess. They won VMA for best K-pop award for S Class, very cool. And then basically, holy shit, there's a lot of comments here. And says if you guys do Super Bowl, please do English version. It was originally supposed to be on God's Menu. Then Joey backed it up with beating Blackpink for best album. Super Bowl was originally in Korean, but Felix and Bangchan helped translate it to English. But yes, it was God's Menu 1.0 and God's Menu, as we know, 2.0. Pretty much everything we've mentioned here.
Yeah, 5. Yeah, that's the number. I guess I was thinking like post pre-sale, of course, but yeah, sales are crazy.
Yes, they are. And then Utez says a lot of controversy about them performing the song at the VMAs in the K-pop community. People are saying it's not locally friendly. Skull emoji. It was their first big performance in the U.S. I'm happy they showed who they are. If you like it, if not, it's okay. I don't.
Do you know what local means, Brandon?
I do not. No.
Local is basically the equivalent of muggle in K-pop. It's like someone that doesn't listen to K-pop and doesn't really know. So you would be our local.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We still love you. Yeah, so
I'll see myself
I remember
out,
this going around. I think it's really dumb. No, I think it's really dumb that people got mad or were like, oh, they should have done this. They should have done that. No, they're Stray Kids. They're doing what they want. They're performing their most recent song.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense for them to perform it, especially because K-pop is so unique in that sense where they can do the Oprah performance. If they did something more Western friendly, they wouldn't have the crazy stage that they did. So, yeah.
I also think, too,
I don't get it.
I also think, too, like, and kind of the reason why I even started doing this in the first place with Alex and then obviously adding Therese into the fold more currently. But I think that's for me, like, being, I guess I am a local. But for me,
that's fine.
Which is fine. Like, but I think that's the only way you're really going to get into, like, this music. Like, if Alex did not recommend Twice to me, like, a year ago, I probably wouldn't have even started doing these things. So now I think for me, it's like I owe it to myself as being a new K-pop fan and being a general lover of music to try to document my journey as being a newbie K-pop person, because I think a lot of the times, like, at least from again, a new person's perspective, it seems like a lot, and it is a lot, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're,
I
mean, this is why we are doing the deep dives, is because, like, shit, I wouldn't even know where to start. Like, if someone said check out Stray Kids and give me no roadmap, I would be fucked. There's no way. I would not know what to pick. I would not know what to start off with. Do I start off with, like, the most popular song and then work my way down,
and especially,
or, like, whatever, you know?
Especially on streaming platforms, when they literally just choose the most promoted or the most like BTS put a lot of promotion money into Dynamite and it popped off, and that really worked well for them. But now it's like the only one that people know from BTS, and that's not an example of their sound at all. So yeah, I think it's hard to just go press play on the Spotify Stray Kids account, and it's hard to go through the fan recommendations because there's so many, and there's so much variety now that like unless someone has the exact same music taste as you, it's gonna be hard. I've seen a lot of really helpful things that like fans make graphics of, if you like EDM, listen to these songs. If you like ballads, listen to these songs. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that, because like I appreciate, and again, give a huge shout out to Therese and obviously Alex as well for putting these lists together, because honestly, like, as for me, just kind of like going into it and just being allowed to just listen to it and kind of figure it out, I think for me it's been a very cool experience to have something a little bit more curated, where again, I don't feel like people have that opportunity for things to be curated. So if anything, if you are new, like if you're watching this and you are a new K-pop fan, I would just suggest, like, obviously listening to the title tracks, but I also think at the same point, like, once you're done watching either these parts or whatever, like, go out and try to go listen to some of the other songs on the albums, because I think it's a two-part thing where, you know, obviously we are curating a list for you to check out, but I think it's also very cool to just go out and experience some B-side songs that we didn't touch on, or that we haven't gotten to yet, and then you're like, oh my god, you gotta check out this B-side. This B-side's awesome, or like this like this really like unknown song is really cool to listen to. You should check this one out in your free time. Like, I gotta give a lot of people a lot of credit for the comments that I've gotten, because like some of the songs that I've gone to listen to after the fact, 10 out of 10. I actually like a lot of the B-side stuff that we've been vibing out with. So that's my brief tangent on being quote unquote local, but I know it's not a derogatory term that Utez says, but I don't know. I'll take it for what it is. I know I'm a newbie, so I'll wear it with a badge of honor.
My cheat code for anyone that's looking to get into K-pop, I don't know if you made it through this like 3-hour video, but you go to the Korean release albums, which are pretty obviously like a full album or an EP, and go off of the listen numbers. Whichever ones have the highest listen numbers are usually the ones that are most loved by fans, obviously. So that's a really good way to start.
There we go. Well, just a few comments and we'll get into the last song on this list here. Cloud shoutouts said that I hate the local stuff. K-pop fans want the K-pop to become even bigger, yet somehow insult anyone who's starting to listen. That's pretty.
It's a little gatekeepy.
It's a little gatekeepy. Yeah, fair enough. And then is used a lot like that, and then Joey agreed with that, and same with, it looks like Utez would also agree with that from what I could gather. But yeah, we're gonna get into the last song. Sorry for that little tangent. I feel like I had to get that out
worries.
there. But
oh yeah, so yeah, you saw this in the comments. Super Bowl, this is the song they released that was originally God's Menu, and
what?
It's a pretty different vibe, but you can definitely see the similarities. Yeah, I wasn't sure if there was a video for this one. I just found it.
This was originally supposed to be God's Menu, and then they released.
Yeah, there was like
God's
when
Menu.
they were, because typically with a lot of K-pop groups, they kind of all create music, whoever's creating music, and they pit them against each other, I guess, in an editing session, and they're like, which one's better? Which ones are we going to include on the album? And this was one that was pitted against God's Menu, and they went with God's Menu instead. Thank goodness, but also, this is still a good song. So
Bob, all right,
thought I'd share it.
Joey wants to know if this is the English version. Is this the Korean?
I think it's the Korean version.
Ah, okay. Well.
It's whichever one was on the album.
Okay, well, let's listen to Super Bowl.
Oh. Okay.
Cooking up a storm, piece of cake. Spitting out the fire, feel the blaze. Taking over, we don't play by the rules. If you wanna feel alive, say the name. Say the name. Bellow is a curse mic per filter. Bass be kicking hard to get your head off kilter. Keep your dirty hands off me. I'ma show you, just wait and see. Domino, we are the ultimate king.
kitchen, me cooking up your timeline. I eat up everybody's liking shit. Hottest trend, hot, ay, no pay, just free samples. Hey, day, ay, brought up, sold out, wake up, rested, sell it, ay, hold up, so much, trail up, receipts, blowing, bam, bam. Can't resist it, you finish every plate of leftovers. Hell of a line, yeah, I know it's hella fine. Hell's Kitchen tasting divine. You feel it in your system, you want it more, different new flavors. All the shit so bussin'. Finger licking, yeah, we cooking up a Super Bowl. In the kitchen, Michelin, irresistible. Feeling pride, state of mind. Finger licking, yeah, we cooking up a counting stars, I feel the light. Open my eyes in the darkest night. Yeah, you know that it's true. Yeah, you know it's all for you. Yeah, yeah. I do it again, just the way you want it. I do it again for the days to come. If there's a drought, never doubt, 'cause the clouds are like crowds behind us. Yeah, we bring the rain. Cooking up a storm, piece of cake. Finger licking, yeah, we cooking up a Super Bowl. In the kitchen, Michelin, irresistible. Open wide, have a bite, make it mine all the time. Finger licking, yeah, we cooking up a Super Bowl. In the kitchen, Michelin, irresistible. Feeling pride, state of mind. Finger licking, yeah, we cooking up a Super Bowl.
I could see why this was God's on the same like wavelength as God's menu. That was
I
good.
thought you weren't allowed to say Super Bowl.
Oh, really? Is that a thing?
Maybe not in music, or maybe not because they're in Korea. I know that like the Super Bowl is like super litigation heavy.
In America,
Whereas,
yeah.
like, yeah, we're like
Oh no, this video is gonna get taken down.
like
I don't
like,
think it's for us, but
like news stations and stuff just have to call it the big game. Like they can't even call it the Super Bowl because they're like
Oh.
super copyright, I think, crazy about it.
oh, Joey said
Like,
the
even being-
Japanese music video has football references. So I guess
Hey, I'm not.
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
I'm not.
Oh.
It's just
It's Super Bowl,
Bowl,
not
yeah.
Super Bowl.
not Super
Oh,
Bowl.
okay, got it.
It's
Yeah.
when Guardian
Totally
Leviosa.
it's the Super Space Bowl,
Yeah.
with the football references.
Yeah.
Got it,
Super
got it, got
Bowl. Not Super Bowl.
I had to go check mid song, because I thought I heard a lyric. Hang on, let me find it.
I just like I
Okay.
like the finger licking part. That was like why?
Yeah.
But that's great.
I heard a lyric. The lyric was "Our dish here's so bussin'," but I went and
When you
checked
say it like that.
because I had to go check because I thought they said how this shit's so bussin'.
That would have been hard. I wasn't like that. That would be
Not much better.
not much better.
But
This was also written like 5 years ago.
yeah, that makes, I'm not. Hey, I'm not making fun of it. I just thought it was
Okay.
really funny.
Joey said a lot of people thought that, so that's fair enough.
Yeah, that was funny.
Wow.
Good song.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I haven't looked into this album much. I mean, I've listened to it all the way through, but I hadn't come back to it in a while. And it's interesting. I did not realize the song was fully in English. That'll happen when you listen to a lot of K-pop.
There were some parts where, I mean, let's be honest, it was a little hard to tell.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
one the way like they were flowing, kind of like,
Oh yeah.
you know, speaking or rapping
yeah.
quickly, but also it's like it has a little bit of like a mumble kind of like
Yeah.
way they rap sometimes, also with auto-tune on it, also with a beat, also with some of them not being completely fluent. So
Yeah.
there's some parts where it's definitely like you would have to listen pretty closely to be like, oh yeah, it's all in English, or know the lyrics, you know.
I don't know if that's the same for our local here, but did you know immediately when? Well, obviously
I knew
said
some.
that it
I
was
knew.
English.
I knew some of it was in English, but I wasn't. I would agree with Alex. There were some parts where I was like,
Okay.
it definitely was like mumble rappy, and I was like, they potentially could be speaking English, which is fine. Like I wasn't too concerned with it, especially considering yesterday Alex and I were in the kitchen, and he was showing me some like rap ciphers, and I don't know which rap artist you were showing me, Alex, but she like rapped in like 5 different languages. And
Jackie
like,
Y.
Jackie
I was
Y.
showing you Jackie Y.
Yeah, Jackie Y. And I was like, that's hard. I respect that. So for me, I don't really care what language they rap in particularly. It doesn't really matter to me. I think as long as like the flow, like if I can picture where the flow is going, then that's more. That hits more.
Do you generally listen to lyrics when you're listening to music, or does it kind of sit in the back? Okay.
No,
then
I'm more music forward. I've said this a lot in like some like my like interview content and stuff, where a lot of the times, like for me, I will get into a song because I like the musicality of it, and then once I'm like fully invested, then I will like take a look at the lyrics and I'll be like, oh shit, I really like that. You know, that's actually really.
It's
deep.
like the opposite of Swiftie fans.
Yeah, that's why I will never get it, because I'm sort of the opposite. Whereas like I can care about lyrics, but like for the most part, I don't care about lyrics.
Right. It's hard. I have to actively listen to get the lyrics in.
Right. Typically for me, lyrics are a complete afterthought, where it's like I can go back and listen to them and appreciate them and like dig into them eventually, but I'm never going to get into an artist or a group because of their lyrics alone. And I think that's like a big reason why I got into K-pop, like almost 10 years ago now, because I didn't understand anything. And it's like I don't have to. I mean, because when I got into K-pop, it was a lot of it was like during the era it was during the era where like a lot of like EDM heavy stuff was being collabed with in K-pop. Like the era that I got into K-pop was like 4 minute they're like crazy / hate eras, where it was like very dubstep EDM heavy, and it was very very chaotic. I was like, okay, this is like along the lines of the kind of stuff that I'm into, where I don't really care that I can't understand 80% of the lyrics, because I wasn't listening to 80% of the lyrics and the stuff that's in English either. So
yeah, I think the amount of English lyrics that K-pop songs typically use is just enough to get the point across. Like, this is a love song. 1, 4, 3, I love you. I'm like, cool. Yeah. I got it. I can make up the rest as I go. Or like, but I do think the lyrics mostly come into play when I'm listening with the texture of the song. Like, I want the lyrics to sound good with the song, and Stray Kids does that really well. All of their lyrics are so crunchy because they got so many good rappers, and it like even when they're vocalizing, like Seungmin and IN and all of them, it's very it's a little bit nasally, but I think that just comes with speaking Korean a bit. And I think it adds to their texture. So I literally created a playlist based off of Stray Kids, and I call it Banger Zip Ties because it sounds like zip ties to me. And, and I love all of their songs. I don't know how else to explain. I have the synesthesia of texture and sound. So I'm they're zip ties. Stray Kids is zip ties.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Let's see. Joey said, yeah, it was held on Chan's laptop for 5 years. Who knows what else is on there that hasn't been released yet. And a lot of people were saying the Lollapalooza set was fire. So
nice.
I'll have to check that out.
Something I did want to draw attention to that I did notice was obviously this song and God's Menu share similarities in their lyrical concepts, right? They're both very like playing with cooking up music, like being in the kitchen, yada yada. Even Super Bowl also having a line about Michelin.
Yes.
Michelin star.
There's 5 stars on the album art.
I can see why they put these two songs next to each other.
Finger licking with Michelin.
Finger licking. Yeah, Michelin. Oh god.
Good rhymes.
Oh man.
Bars.
I think, and everybody keeps saying that we should do items, so I don't know.
How much energy you got in you guys?
I can do it. It's just, if it's one more, we'll do one more. That's all we're asking for.
I would love to leave
Alex,
off on item.
You wanna do item? All right.
Sure.
It's what the people want.
That's what the people want. Are we doing the performance? Should we do the performance link or should we do the?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The performance video. Hopefully it has the quality of the recorded song.
We're gonna try. Let's see. Oh, that is not it.
Yeah, if it's not like album audio quality, I wouldn't.
Oh. Definitely live.
Oh, it's
if you want to pause it, and then we can look up the actual song audio. Sorry, guys. We are very much more audio heavy.
I guess we're doing this. Okay.
We will absolutely check out their performance.
So the first one?
At another time.
I guess we'll do this. Okay. I like this.
Celebrate, we go elevate. The pressure we ain't gonna taste failure. 능력치 보면 누구 원장이야. 여기저기서 탑 내 my item. Got the best of the best, nothing much. I confess all the stars in my eyes make my galaxy. 모든 색 나의 색 어딜 가든 color fest. 아무것도 없어도 I'm feeling blessed. Started from the bottom, I made it mine. So the light, I felt divine. 끊임없이 I make it mine. Never die. Item, Pac-Man. Item on game set. Item bar, 이거 내 bar. 또 장착 가득 차. 여기저기서 탑 내 my item. I do this that nobody can. The God bless, I'm the one and only. 날 선말로 상처 내려 해도 sorry, but there's no damage. 세상이 무너져 시기를 샤. 안 답답하다 멀리로 가. 티내진 않지만 난 뒤서 보이는 lights 전부 다 홀라지 봐. 밤새도 두시 벌어 눈을 뜨고 벌어. 실로게 마이크에 더. Yeah, it's my item. 몸에 안 맞는 아이템 따윈 없지. 닥치는 대로 소화해 몸딴 섭취. 쓸어 담아도 안 넘치는 접시. 여기저기서 탐 내 my item.
Oh, nice. Oh man, that was hard hitting. I like that one. That was good.
Really good.
Fun.
I like the I think this is probably intentional, but like I like the real like video game like 8-bit like 16-bit kind of like sample they used. I thought that was really sick. I don't know if it is a sample or not, but definitely kind of has a sort of like, again, old school video game sort of sound. So I like that. And
all
also
the little sound effects.
The sound effects, there was like a little coin hit like from like a Mario game, I imagine. Yeah, there was some really cool like nods to like classic video games, which is something I love.
Yeah.
So definitely about that. But the song itself was like super hard. I love
this is
the
my
like.
item.
You're right.
Item.
I love the like really hard hitting, like really bass driven part of this song. I think it just like the way that very similarly to like S-Class, that kind of like almost like dubsteppy sort of like wobble a little bit, super hard. So yeah, that'd probably be it. I really enjoyed this one a lot. I'll have to give this album a listen because I've enjoyed both S-Class, Super Bowl, and this one. So Item. So I think it's gonna be sick.
Yeah. I think this one is my favorite on the album. I couldn't remember if it was this one or DLC, which is another
DLC. That's
the
cool.
songs on the album. Yeah. And yeah, DLC, which by the way was not video game related. It stands for Dance Like Crazy.
but all the songs on this album have video game
references
related
a bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say
right?
Names.
Because S-Class would be like a class level, right? I don't know.
I also really like the intro song Hall of Fame. I love all of their intro
Hall
songs.
of Fame is like a Pokemon reference.
They started out strong,
I would guess.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't look at all the track names, but I'm assuming based.
So
on
what is Super Bowl?
Super Bowl could be based off of a game.
Not related to the championship game for the NFL, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely not related to
to EA Sports video game.
Or yes, trademark.
I guess I'm wrong. I'm looking at the track list right now. Or Get Lit.
Yeah,
does not sound like
oh, come on, man.
To me. Unless you're talking about getting lit up in like Call of Duty or something.
You could be, yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a cute motif, but I'm also a little gamer girl, so.
You're the local of the gaming space here. I got you. Anyway.
Wait, no. Wait, no.
No,
I love video games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
sorry.
you're the local.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Wow, you're the local
video game.
Alex, what's your thoughts on this song?
I'm basically just retweeting what Brandon said.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was fun. Bass is cool. Some cool bass mods in there. Particularly the one part I could pick out because I knew who it was and I enjoyed was Felix's verse where they auto-tuned the hell out of his voice.
Yeah.
Which I don't often hear auto-tune on Felix. I feel like it's generally more like the vocal members, and Bangchan definitely auto-tunes a lot. Like the stylistic auto-tune, not like pitch correction auto-tune. Yeah. I mean like, you know, the stylized hard auto-tune. I could be wrong. I mean, I don't often feel like I hear it on Felix. It sounds cool with his lower register. So I just thought that was cool.
Yeah, it's good. I like that. This was a good way to end off the stream, I'd argue.
Oh yeah.
So, just to get into some final comments, Wordall, thank you for staying up till 6 a.m. That's awesome.
Wow.
Big salute. We salute to you. Joey also mentioned in previous song Hell's Kitchen, Tasting Divine. I thought that's a funny food reference. Also on the same lyrical reference, Joey says the first lyric is item, I ate them, Pac-Man. That would make sense. So really enjoyed that. He also commented on it being Dance Like Crazy, not downloadable content, which is what my first thought went to. So love that.
But now they're going to release a song called Downloadable Content. And
DLC, baby. They're going to have 2 DLC.
Yeah.
And then Hall of Fame is like their best album intro, in my opinion. So that's some pretty high praise. And then also joked about Felix being Felix Scott, a reference to Travis Scott because of his auto-tune. So very cool. Well,
I tried to look up what that sample was. There's a Reddit thread that doesn't seem like it's fully solved. And there is a reference that says that the sound might have been made specifically for the song, which is impressive.
Yes.
But it someone else commented, it kind of reminds me of the fairy fountain from Legend of Zelda.
As
I
kind
can
of,
also see that.
I could also hear that. I thought
Yeah.
it was maybe like a Zelda like sample or something, but if that's not the case, then Verk's still out. Which is, if they made it themselves, that's awesome because it sounded fantastic. So
where did they find the time to video game?
shit, who knows? They could have made. I'm saying like they could have made this song. They could have made this song like They could have made a song 8-bit, like an 8-bit version of a song. So that makes sense. But yeah, part 2, I think is in the books because I don't think we have anything else we're doing tonight. But you know, if enough people want it, we'll do part 3 probably. Who knows? Maybe
get into those badass choreography performances.
Yeah. We'll do some of those. Maybe some like fan voted songs that we didn't touch on. So yeah, we'll have to make a post on YouTube or something. So you guys can let me know what you think, and then we will be back to doing Monday and Wednesday K-pop deep dives. So if you are new here, thank you. Alex gave me some eyes, so I'm not sure if we've agreed to that or not. But we did do one on Monday, so tentatively Mondays, but definitely Wednesdays. I know for a fact we are still doing. So I just know we would be under a rock and a hard place if everybody keeps suggesting new groups to us and we have a
well, that's the thing is like
do.
we're never gonna catch up because they're debuting groups as we speak. So
as we are literally talking live right now,
yeah.
there's a baby group debuting right now.
Yeah, go check out Young Posse, Macaroni Cheese.
Oh, which by the way, I was like, yeah. By the way, speaking of that release, because I watched it this morning, it sounded so Stray Kids. I straight up thought that Three Racha was on the track.
Yeah, you guys are here. You like Stray Kids? Go check out the new
go check out Young Posse
called Macaroni Cheese. It's a banger. They're like they're like a rap new debut, like small time rap group. I don't understand. They're under RBW. It's really cool. Ignore the name. Ignore the macaroni and cheese concept.
The macaroni and cheese song title.
Did you say this song is macaroni and cheese?
No.
Yeah, we listened to Cheese earlier, so now we got to listen to Macaroni and Cheese.
No, I'm saying this song.
Hold on, it's not macaroni and cheese. It's macaroni cheese. No.
And what's the group name? What's the group name?
Young Posse.
Okay, Jesus Christ. Why are you getting so fucking heated, bro? I'm just asking you what it is. I'm the local.
I said it 3 times. I said, you don't make me say it anymore.
It's an embarrassment.
This is the first time I've heard it. All right, excuse me. I didn't know shit.
The
Why do you
name
think I ask you guys? Come on. I don't fucking know anything.
No, it's not you. The name is an embarrassment to the K-pop community.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself.
Macaroni cheese is a bit of an embarrassment.
And they did this like promo. They did this promotional picture where they assigned all the members like different ingredients of macaroni and cheese, and instead of like giving someone noodles, they made one girl a microwave.
What?
It's fucking crazy. Like they gave somebody like milk, somebody's cheese, like everybody has like a representative ingredient to macaroni and cheese, and they ignore the main ingredient and make the one girl a microwave, and I don't understand.
Yeah,
how thought of this?
It's not macaroni and cheese without the macaroni.
No, it's not macaroni and cheese. It's macaroni cheese.
What are you using a microwave for to make mac and cheese?
Yeah, you gotta make it in the pot.
Anyway.
Anyways, go check out
in the pot.
Yeah. Anyways, go check out Macaroni and Cheese by Young Posse. It just debuted today.
Yeah.
Macaroni cheese. Okay. Well, very exciting. Cloud says, "May I ask for Day of Kingdom? The group, not the show. They released 7 albums yesterday. Each MV has kingdom of their own: China, Japan, Korea,
I didn't realize
France,
they were on
England.
their 7th album. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, I do think they're an interesting group and beautiful music videos for sure.
I know nothing about them, obviously.
You can add them to the list.
All right, Cloud. Well, Cloud's been in our streams for like every time, so I feel like we owe it to Cloud.
It's a long list.
That is a long list. Yeah.
I still haven't seen this list.
Don't worry. It's under lock and key. I don't even know what it is, apparently. But guys, thank you for joining us for another Stray Kids. We will probably do part 3. I don't know if it will be next Wednesday or not, but you should stay tuned and come back Wednesday. If not, because we'll have something really fun planned. Do we have a group in mind we're doing next beyond Stray Kids?
Was it G-Idol?
I think we're gonna do G-Idol next.
People have requested G-Idol a lot, so I feel like we probably need to do G-Idol.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll probably do G-Idol.
Yeah.
And then if you have any other groups, I think ATs we would like to try to tackle just because it's another guys group, and since I haven't done any of those other than Stray Kids right now, we would like to tackle another guys group. So if you have any other good suggestions for guys groups, do not say BTS because I'm not ready to get stoned yet. So when I'm ready to get stoned,
like, this
and
BTS would be like an 8-part series.
When I'm ready to get,
we gotta wait for a slow season.
When I'm ready to get stones thrown at me, we will do it, but not right now. I'm not.
I don't know. Stay were really cool, so maybe Army will be
Stay
too.
was real cool. I don't know. Stay is cool. We'll keep Stay in mind for the next thing. But yeah, that's the plan. What are you gonna say?
I would like to throw Day 6 into the ring. Also got 7. Also, I have a lot of suggestions.
All right. Well,
but...
Therese is going to give us a lot of suggestions in our chat here, so maybe we'll do some more. But thank you guys for watching. If you are watching this on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. It goes a long way. I am very close to 3,000 subs, so if you could hit that subscribe button, that'd be great. And thank you guys for watching.
Also follow on Twitch while you're here.
Follow us on Twitch.
The Twitch followers are pretty low. If you guys want to get notifications for when we go live, if we do like random live streams or something, make sure the Twitch follows are free. You know,
maybe that's how we do it. We do a random live stream and do BTS without telling anyone.
No warning. No warning. That would have to go with a lot of pre-planning beforehand. I think we could do it though. I think we could do it.
Sneaky.
We could
sneaky
do
reaction.
Yeah, we could do it. Yeah, we could do a stealth reaction of BTS. It would be great. We should do it now when we have a low follower count, so that I won't take an L.
Honestly, yeah.
If I did it later on, then my opinion would matter more apparently. So, let's do it next week. We're doing it next week. Okay. Anyway, it's been a blast. Thank you guys for hanging out. Yes,
thank you so much for
hit
joining
the follow
us
here on Twitch if you haven't. Hit the subscribe on YouTube if you haven't already as well. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Again, thank you. Give a major kudos to Alex and Therese. They're the goats. So please show them some love. Well, don't.
I didn't do anything, but thank you.
I know, but I mean, like you've done it in the past. So
hey,
can I not give you a compliment?
You evolved from Christmas Evil hater
to
come on. Christmas Evil not baby. So bad.
Let's go. He's a little bit less of a humbug now. Let's go. Fuck yeah. Let's go. All right. Well, we're ending it off on a positive note. Feliz cumple. No, sorry. That's happy birthday. Anyway, Feliz Navidad. Let's go. Anyway, have a good night, guys. It's been a pleasure. See you in the next stream.
Peace.